nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one.
I'm muted. Hi, so let's get back to the start. Hi guys, how are you? Welcome to the stream. Hi Chris. Hi Shaw. Thank you for letting me know that I was muted. Yeah, today we're going to be doing replications. So I just shared with you what I'm working on right now. I'm going to be bouncing back and forth the guide I've been writing. It's never ready. It's never ever going to be ready, but I will release it in the next few weeks. That's for sure. I mean, I'm trying to get it released optimistically 1 week after my wife's birthday. So you can understand this whole week is going to be quite busy for me. My wife's birthday is coming up, and the kids will demand time. As you know, I was involved in a car accident like 2 weeks ago. So I just went to see a specialist for my neck. And when the specialist was like, why didn't you come and see me the day of your accident? And I go like, no, man, I was okay. Then look, every time you laugh or turn your head, there's this bulging that's going on at the back of your neck. Do you know that? And I was like, okay, all right. So he's basically put me on medication. He wanted to jab me on the spot, man. I said, no, dude, I'll be fine. So that explains why I've been in so much pain. Yeah, but while all that is happening, I'm still doing these streams and writing your guides, and this is what's going to be coming out, right? So oops, wrong. I have to switch cameras. So this is the okay. So this is the guide I'm working on right now. Yeah, because it's on a really small monitor, because I have to use all my monitors today, 3 monitors. So this one is on a small monitor. Since this tool I used to write with, it can only be on a 4K screen. yeah. But the moment I put it on a smaller monitor, it just screws up the whole document. It's not really very good. Yeah, but I use this because I'm using it for so many years. So I've got, like, for example, for training, right, we're gonna stick to basics. But, you can leave it to your ass, man, or you can create your own, and I give you the optimum ones, like, the best ones. So it's because for every one of you, the match day could be on a different day. So, and the question I usually get is, how many do I put in? So I've basically done it in such a way that it's easier to use. Like match practice, maximum amount a week you can get is 2. Minimum I want you to put in is 1. So sometimes you have 2 matches a week. try and get one in because it's the most optimal. So I ordered them in terms of the importance. So general attacking and defending is really good, very balanced. You want that. Transition, restrict, recovery, physical endurance, and the optional sessions. These are ones that you can fit in if you want. Them not being in there isn't the end of the world. So what about the rest of the sessions? I'd ignore them. Yeah, I really do. I ignore the rest because you don't really need the rest because of match practice and the fact that you're giving players individual roles. So I also gone into and explained to you guys about personalities and media handling styles in order for you to understand your players. And I've also created a tier list for personalities for FM26. The higher now, model citizen, resilient, light-hearted, born leader, perfectionist, spirited, and driven are the personalities. No issues with. Then of course the top 2 tiers are there. Then after that, I've explained what this means in terms of the level of professionalism, ambition, determination. I also include pressure in important matches because there's other stuff like consistency, controversy. All these are also there, but what I went for were the ones that usually mean that if it's got good pressure in important matches, they generally do well in games. But these are the ones that affect their development in terms of training. So I explain it I explain it as well. Then I also tell you how you can, like, you know, let's for example, professional personalities are common. You can just need to mix them with good media handling styles that are high on either ambition, pressure, or important matches. So you just go back up this tier list. Then after that, you know, you go up here and you go like, okay, I've got a professional player. So what kind of, he has a volatile personality, for example, right? Then you know that volatile might be okay if he's already got high professionalism. So why would you want him? Because now when you get that player, his ambition is actually lower, potentially lower. So then you probably think about, I don't know, you know. And then what about fickle? And fickle is not a bad personality in itself, but it will depend on the media handling style that he has. So I've done that. I've explained everything right here. Plus, of course, some tips are, how to reduce long shots. And then I explain current ability and potential ability because this is something that we need to remember, especially now that you have out of possession role training, right? So I explain why for example, don't really care about out of possession role training because it's just min-maxing the game. Why would I want to worry about developing a player's out of possession role when I actually want him to score goals while we're in possession? I mean, out of possession, just defending. In possession is when you're going to get the 3 points. So why would I want, it doesn't make sense. So then after that, I explain things. There are other stuff, player roles, the difference in the new IP role, IP and OOP, what are you going to look for? How do you tell where the roles go to? Plus today, I mean, it's a lot, There's also about data stuff as well inside here. But I'm still not ready for this to go out yet. There's still a lot more that I have to do. But today we're doing this Pep Guardiola. So when I do replications, I want to share this with you because I kind of like it, but I haven't been able to, release it yet. So I did all this work already. So example here, now we're going to do the Pep Guardiola system. So I've got all this, images and everything else, how I normally prepare for all my replications, right? So then I give you the formation, overall shape, and then the format is the same for all the most of them, I think. Yeah, almost all of them. Bordalas is also here. Sam Allardyce, I'm still writing it out. Then I talk about transitions in different phases, defense to attack, what do they do, attack to defense. Then I break down the attacking with height of the defensive line and what kind of block how do they normally shift? Like when they up the pitch, what do they look like? In the midfield, what do they look like? And then player positioning and patterns of play, what their issues might be in the game. Then where do they get most of their goals from? And then some examples of some roles and attributes that we might be looking at players. And finally, right at the bottom, this is the part that's the reason why we are in this whole delay. Because I need data from the game, right? Problem is, I'm not even sure whether the data is accurate. Oopda, it's not accurate. So a lot of the stuff that I wrote, right, is based on getting data in the game. So I might release the thing and then we'll see. Because those are real life numbers. I didn't make them up. I got them from sites. So that's basically how we're gonna be going into the game, baby. So now I put this. I gotta put everything into its corners, man. I can't really tell whether my camera is showing. Yeah. So I can't really see myself in this screen. Yeah, there's a way to do it. I can make this really small. Yeah, but it's harder, you know. Such is life. What to do, such is life. Yeah, I think that's my camera coming on now. Yep, should be. Okay, now that I know my camera is on, I can have the chat showing up. Oh no, maybe not. Yeah, this is a downside of doing all this, no? While you're streaming. Yes. Okay, now I can answer questions. Okay, all right, so we're going to do the Pep Guardiola system first. Okay, now Pep, right? You know the reason why I need this, I got my notes, at least I can refer to them. Except I wrote all this stuff like so long ago, man. Like, I did the replication preparation, huh? I did the, oh, thanks for letting me know we're not streaming on Twitch. Okay. Ah, well. Yeah, I just realized it as well. Okay, so all that stuff is in. So I also want to thank you guys as well. You know, I'll occasionally switch back and forth to my document, right, to show you guys. I mean, I'm hoping that the tier list helps you guys. So things like I just show you what I'm gonna do. So like for example, here's my training view, right? So I've got a tier list here as well. So this is how I will. So I this is a great way to like understand your players, I guess. I mean, I only do it to understand my players. So even I need all the help I can get in the world. So sometimes when I'm playing the game, I don't really bother. I'm like, oh hell, man, it's so much work. But I know some of you are really into this. Like, for example, this guy has got a resilient personality. Now, resilient is actually a pretty good personality. It's tier 1. It's one of the best personalities in the game. And if you look at the way I break it down, right, inside my thingamajig here, you can see here, resilient, right? Well, I got to go here now. Okay, resilient is a great personality. If you go down the list here, what will they have? It has high professionalism. Balanced ambition means it's at least 12 ambition. High determination, high pressure, high important measure. So this, if you get a kid like this, it's sensational. But here is the kicker. No, he's got evasive as a media handling personality. Now, evasive usually means that the player has high professionalism, balanced determination, right? In this case, right, he's got high pressure and high importance. So basically, when he goes into games, great. So I also put in here his professionalism value, so you guys can have a look. So normally, like media friendly is what I like to say. It's not bad for young kids, but you know when they get older, I get a bit worried. Level-headed is okay as a personality, but it's got like low ambition. Yeah, so these are things that I'm gonna be focusing on, you know, in order for me to understand my players. Like here, this guy, resilient, evasive. He's quite old, 32 years old, probably fantastic personality. Then if I'm looking at my under 19s right now, so if you look at it, under 19s typically got a lot of media friendly, you know. It's okay. Media friendly is what we would call the balanced media handling style. It just means that this kid needs to be mentored by players with high ambition. That's it. So put him in the groups where somebody has got high ambition, it'll be okay. So you can see that even the professionalism is pretty decent, right? So I actually want to remove the professionalism column. You know, I don't like it. I just use this as now to verify my thing in the head. But you need to have if you want to do this, you're basically going into games, right? And then I'm just going to keep it simple. Like, you know, for kids, right? Like reserve personality is not bad. It's pretty good. Okay, it's probably the third, one of the, in my book, it's the third best, you know, because it's got high professionalism, high determination. So that's not too bad. Not too bad. So I like that. So these personalities are okay. Fairly loyal. Normally when I have a player that's fairly loyal, right? He has to have other attributes before I really consider whether he's going to be in the club. Because these kind of kids, they take a long time to develop. Fairly determined is also so-so, right? That, like, you know, fairly determined, fairly ambitious. These are all players you want to mentor straight away. Okay, you want to mentor them with players that are a lot better than they are. So let's assume, right, I wanted to mentor this kid, right? So what would I do? I'll go to the mentoring group and create one for him. But generally right now, right, the best way to play the game is just to kick them out of the club. But you can see, how many do you have? Like if I wanted to keep my players, right, and I just keep them based on personality, how many do you think I'm going to keep? Fairly professional is one I'll keep. The rest I probably won't know. But then that means you'll always be in a situation where you don't have enough players, right? So generally what I end up doing is for balanced personalities with high aggression, high determination, I keep them. If they have, then I will mentor them. They will be mentored by players in the first team who have better, like for example, like media friendly sometimes is low ambition, right? So for example, they might be mentored by this guy if his personality is solid. So I'm looking at his personality is resilient. Okay, so it's here as well. So he will mentor players. So let's try something. I mean, that's one way of doing it. Yeah, but that is for players who are. If you are the kind of player that wants to min-max your training, now I don't advise people to do it now. But I written it out in the guide so that eventually you get into the flow of it and then you slowly start getting there. So my recommendation is always keep the good personalities like resilient, light-hearted, perfectionist, spirited, driven, model citizen, iron will, model professional, and resolute. These are the great personalities, right? Notice I didn't mention the word fairly professional But you know what? Those kids, right, who are unsporting or maybe even mercenary, can keep them. Because mercenary personalities have high ambition. So because development is about professionalism, ambition, and determination. So it's going to be there. I've already written it out. And it's really, it's not for everyone. Some of you I know looking forward to it. Some of you don't really care. So I left it in such a way that it's a tier list. So anyone can use it. All right, so now we get into the tactic for Man City, right? So we're going to create a Man City tactic by using this team to do it. Okay, so for Man City, Pep Guardiola system, right? I'm going to start with the out of possession shape. Okay, so we're going to go to the both screen because this is where I like to start from the both screen. So essentially, they defend either as a 4-4-2 block or a 5-4-1 low block, right? And they attack basically in the transition is like a 3-2-5. I can show you the pictures, but I'll do it a bit later. Now, the best way to look at it is I'll bring back my little picture again. Now you can see here what they look like here. They've got 3 here in the center. Okay, 3 in defense, 3 in the defending tier. Then they got Rico Lewis here. They got Gonzalez here. They got Bernardo Silva here. They got usually they have a winger here, or Reindeers will end up here, right? And then so essentially what it looks like is Reindeers is in midfield. Bernardo Silva is in midfield. Reindeers ends up here. They got a winger here and another winger here and Erling Haaland here. So this is the easiest way to set this up is with a 4-3-3, right? So I could set this up in a 4-3-3 and we can also defend as a 4-4-2, right? Okay, or a 4-2-4. Okay. All right, so this is how we do it, right? So we're gonna set the we're gonna defend as a 4-5-1 then, right? So I'm gonna put this guy up here first. We'll put him here. Yeah, I need to set this up as a 4-3-3. Okay, wow, this is gonna be confusing. Okay, so I play the wing backs here first. Okay, so I'll bring the wing backs here because they'll turn out to be full backs. This guy will go up. This guy will come here. This guy will come here. Okay, that's easier. Right? So then this guy comes here. 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 Okay, we got our formation. Now we are gonna get them into their 4-5-1 shape. Okay, so Uncle forgot what he was doing. So tired. Okay, all right, there we go. Okay, dang. Okay, that's just the beginning. Okay, so they defend as a 4-5-1. All right. Okay. Now this becomes a DM. This becomes a. I'm gonna leave him as a pressing. This guy will be a winger. This guy will be a central outlet, center forward. Okay. Fullback, fullback, fullback. So this is like a defensive shape. Okay, we can also drop into this. But we need images to show us what they look like in defending later. So we're just going to create this shape first. And then I'm looking for the image right now. I got them attacking. I have one image of them defending, if I'm not mistaken. Now, finding Manchester City in defense, not very often. They're not too often. No, I didn't keep one. Okay, I only have the notes. 4-5-1 low block. Okay, all right. So we can go into a 4-5-1 low block. So like this, right? So this could be the way they defend, because they will come in like a 4 and then there'll be a 5 here. These two guys will be pressing, and then these guys will be wide midfielders. This guy's an outlet, so they can defend like that. Okay, and this will be what they look like in attack. Okay, now we are gonna set this guy up and this guy up. So this guy is gonna be like a fullback. And then I'm going to set this guy as a false fullback, because Rico Lewis always ends up here. He ends up here, and this guy ends up there. So he is going to be this is going to be the Reindeers, right? He's a channel midfielder. He will be an attacking midfielder. He goes up as well. And here we got two wide players. They're both going to stay as wingers. Here we're going to use him as a fullback, and then we're going to add a play instruction, which is sit narrow, cut inside with the ball. That's it. Okay, so he will come this way because Rico Lewis in transition, right? This is the image we have of him. So you can see Rico Lewis is here. And then sometimes you can see his movement patterns. He's here, then we've got one more, and then we've got one player moving out when they have the ball. Nico Gonzalez can sometimes drop very, very deep, so this makes sense. And then you can see the other midfield. Erling Haaland drops into this position. Poacher is not a bad role for him actually, because he actually comes all the way deep. Poachers will do that. And then you can see the build-out phase like this. They got 1, 2, 3 again. There's got one more, the fullback. And then you got the midfielders here. Rico Lewis is here. This is the winger. There we go. And then you got the support coming off of Haaland with Reindeers. And then once again, the final third, 1, 2, 3. Rico Lewis is here again. Rico Lewis sometimes ends up in these positions. And sometimes he can go wide as well. Okay, so here's Rico Lewis going wide. I know the screens are very small, okay? But this is all in the book. Yeah, I written most of it down in the book already. Yeah. So the guide for what's that thing called? FM26 guide. Yeah. So occasionally my camera might go missing. I won't even know. Okay. So we set this up. So this is in possession. We're gonna attack gegen pressing style, and then I'm gonna call this the. I'm not gonna do it anything yet. So attack is gonna be like a poacher, channel midfielder, attacker. I'm also gonna give them their PIs that normally I give players. Mark Dieter. I want to thank the guys on Discord as well. You guys have been doing a fantastic job getting others into gear with Football Manager 22, especially some of you. I mean, like quite a number of you are doing it. So I'm pretty impressed, you know. Like in the tactics chat, Whiplash is leading the charge, explaining to people all the roles here, how he's been running his experiments with wide defensive midfielders as well. So this is cool. And he's confirmed one thing as well. The things I've been talking about, like OIs are really important for funneling play. You definitely have got to go in that direction. You want to funnel play to the flanks. Yeah. The two CDs can be wide, but if you look at all the pictures, right, it depends on how we're going to use Gonzalez, you know. I'm not going to turn this guy into a halfback, which is pretty common, but we will get these guys fairly okay. I'm not going to push it too much. Once again, it's a close replication. It's not going to be like a perfect replication, because here in some of the images, you will see that the two central defenders are actually on top of each other. Yeah, so it's a moot point, right? You know, I'm not going to go like it must be super wide, because like I can show. I mean, like, you know, I've done it already. I've gotten enough images to prove my point. Like here we go, two central defenders very close, two central defenders here very close, two central defenders here very close, right? So it's not like it's always going to be wide. It depends on the situation. I'm not going to be rigidly staying to like I'm going to also make it sure that it works on Football Manager. It might not be for anybody, but at least the base is there for most people then to go on and do their own. It's just one person's, you know, application. So we got ball center, ball central. We got this guy coming in. Okay, so he's going to be playing as a false fullback. So he's going to get up the pitch. And then we've got here, this guy is not going to do it. He's going to be
Turn on the mic, you're muted. Turn on the mic, you're muted. Turn on the mic, you're muted. Turn on the mic, you're muted.
Oh, I'm sorry I've been muted all this time. I didn't hear the muted word. No. Yeah, I do apologize if you guys were trying to get my attention. So those are the PIs that we're going to apply. And keep it like this. It may not be a perfectly accurate replication, but it's a starting point. With team instructions, higher attacking width will be... Attacking width depends entirely where we want the focus or play to be. Because if the play does funnel through the middle and then goes wide, right? If we go wide too early, then it's going to be a fullback driven tactic. So we leave it like that. So we got him attacking this side when we go this way. And then channel midfielder. This guy is Bernardo Silva. This guy is this guy. This guy is our channel midfielder. I'm going to ask the channel midfielder if either or not. Yeah, we can make more runs. Okay. All right. Dribbling direction will be done. Move into the channel. So he will go this way, this way. So we got that attacking. And then here in the middle, he's got no PIs, right? Or he's got cross more often. And then we got two pressing central midfielders. Yeah, okay. Let's go. We need to be professional. Yeah, you all need to be professional lip readers. You all have to perfect the art, man. You got to perfect the art. Okay, so save this. This is Peps 1. Okay, Peps. Version 1. So we're going to call this Peps version 1 and then let's go. So this is part of the whole process, making the tactic. Hopefully it works. Naturally, when I do a replication, not everybody's going to agree, right? I'm just making sure that it works for the game first. Zunza, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Whiplash, thanks for the 5 bits. You tried the game. I don't know why I didn't hear a single notification. I could hear the music, so I should be able to hear the notifications. Oh man. Okay, so we're playing Bayern Munich. That'll be fun. I remember our team is not Manchester City. It is not Manchester City. Okay? We have a pretty average team. We're telling them to play like Manchester City. This is going to be fun, man. We got a team that's average. CA is only 120, 130 at most. I don't think there's anybody in the team with 140 CA. And all the training has been done by the S-Men. Let's see how it goes. In fact, Hold on, let me think about this. I want to try something else. I don't want pressing. They're going to come out and they're going to expose him. Here, white midfielder will leave it alone. White midfielder, we're going to leave it alone. Fullback, going to leave it alone. These two. Him, I'm going to say screen. Okay. We're going to give him this. Oh, we just gave him to play as a central midfielder. Okay. And the other one is a pressing. You know why I chose this? Because if you look at these three roles, right? This is like the most aggressive. This is a support, and this is the most defensive. Yeah. That's how I look at it, you know. And it's not entirely accurate, but you know, for me it gets it close. Rights, we want him to be attacking channel. He'll be staying in the box. Heck, now Machino is not. This guy is not Erling Haaland. Okay, so let's get one thing straight. He's not Erling Haaland. So yeah. We got Ulrich and Scally. Scally's going to be trained. So I'm paying attention to how Scally performs. Does he do a Rico? So we're going to try wing back straight away. Early, we're going to try a wing back. Oh. So let's go dugout, continue, kick off. So let's pay attention to the defensive transition first. Okay. Oh, God. I got to slow it down now. Okay, we're playing against a 4-2-4. Remember, this season, what Pep did was to actually make that system stronger. Okay, no, it's not too bad. He actually came deep. Nick like, oh, okay. Engelhardt is actually our Nico Gonzalez. And this guy is like Bernardo Silva. And this guy is going to be like, what's his name? Reindeers. This is our boy Haaland. This guy is Godoku. But they're not. Huh? And here is where Rico Lewis is supposed to be. So Rico has gone wide. Okay, I don't know, man. Now it does go into the center. But we want to see whether... I want to try avoiding playmaking wingback as much as possible first. Okay, I know that could be the role, but yeah, but we can also get him to come in narrow as a false fullback. We'll see. The other option is, of course, the inside fullback. Scally has the ball, build up play. He hasn't gone into the middle, so we got two. Okay lah. So we have to change him. Sorry, man. You ain't doing this anymore. We want you to be in the middle more often. Okay? Oh, no wonder. You know. Oh, no wonder. You look at Scally. He's not going in. No wonder he's not going in. We haven't told him to go in. He's like, yeah, he told me to be a wing back. What do you expect, man? Okay, so... Alright. So, we changed. Now we got to go back. So, Scally is now playing as a wing back. Oh, we scored a goal against Bayern Munich. I'm not muted anymore, man. Why am I muted? No, I'm not muted. I keep looking at that. Because my OBS is on a different screen, so I can have my notes in front. Okay, there we go. Scally is now in the middle. Okay, so where's Scally is here, right? So that's not too bad still. Defending, they have to go into a 4. Yeah. Okay, so when we get the ball, where's Scally? Scally is number 29. Huh? So we got to pay attention to him. This part there, he goes into the middle. Not as aggressively as earlier. Because Rico Lewis is actually in the middle a lot more than this, no? Because it's more like a 3-2-5. Yeah, still not. No, we haven't got the ball. They defend as a 4-5-1. So defending, we are there.
You're muted.
We are defending like a 4-5-1. Then he goes there. He does a move to this position, which is where I want him to be. Okay, I want him in this position. Yeah. There. So he does get, he can go wide. Okay. Question is, this might not be perfect, right? So you see now he's here as we are attacking down the flanks, is supporting play. Actually, I want him to be inside, but that would be riskier. If you lose the ball, I mean, ideally, right, this is a better option. But it's not accurate to Rico Lewis, right? That's the issue. So if I were to turn him into a playmaking wingback or inside fullback, he would perform a lot more like he would in real life, right? So what we'll do is, first, we turn him into the safe version, inside fullback first, okay? But that's too defensive. All right, so let's see whether the roll has got the PI is not good. So you got 8 narrower cut inside, right? Okay, now the forward runs, we can add to this roll. I think you can give him forward runs. Yeah, you can. You can ask him to make more forward runs, so he becomes a bit more aggressive. Okay. So the change hasn't happened yet. So he's still playing like the fullback, wingback. No, it's still a fullback, wingback, as you can see up here. I think we are in extended highlights. Okay, now there we go. Inside fullback, say narrower. This is the Rico Lewis position we want, right? Okay, he's in there. Problem with that is how aggressive is he in the final third? Because Rico Lewis does end up in these positions over here. So occasionally he will drift left, he will go in left or go in right, but he's proactive about getting into his fullback position, which is what we want. They go as the 4-5-1, then it goes out. Okay, that's not too bad. It's like a loose 4-5-1 right now. They're putting enough pressure. That's a Bernardo Silva. That's going to be, there we go. He comes in. I mean, we want him here, right? Yeah, that's hack. They win the ball. You see, if we get him, if we put him there, we'll be exposed. We will definitely be exposed. So it depends on this guy coming back very fast. So defending Harry Kane, no, defended well. Okay, let's go. All right, as you can see, as we build up play, he doesn't always go to the right. Now the ball is there, he's there. Yeah, inside fullback is, yeah, looks like we're going to have go inside wing back now. Oh, that's the one thing I was worried about. Okay. All right, so now if I go inside wing back, what I'm going to do is do something slightly different, right? Which is... I don't know if this is going to work, but it's worth a try. Yeah, we're going to try and, as early as possible, we want to trap them out here and try and force them. So these guys are going to, they will start the trap in the opposition third, forcing them to go wide, right? It might work, it might not work. I prefer using, no, I don't want to use traps. Hold on, I forget a trap. Trap is a bit more dangerous. What I can do is stop cross, okay? Okay, stop cross is slightly different. Stop cross, we will have a bit more action on the... They will try and stop them from getting to the flanks. Stop cross, okay. So now the wider players will try and shut them down first. So that I can buy time for Scally to get into his position. So these two will go to the flanks. Let's see if that works. I got to go comprehensive. This coupled with our OIs as well, which keep the players out wide. Yeah, so that we are doubling up. So we got OIs that keep them wide. And now we've got stop cross. So that's like we were doubling up on this instruction. So we're putting a lot of pressure on the flanks now. This is how I would use OIs in conjunction with stop cross or invite cross. Because this season, stop cross is a bit more effective. So we go in, honorize, they will try, you see? There we go. You see what's happened? These guys are going to the flanks to give him more time to get back. Because there we go. And you see what happens? With stop cross, this will happen. They'll go in and try and prevent. Usually, normally what I like to do is I actually like them to come in a bit more with just funnel play so I can beat them in the transition around here. This is going to be a bit more aggressive because we're trying to stop them from getting down the flanks. So while we use the OIs to funnel them wide, once they go wide, we put a lot more pressure and try to win the ball back. So here we go. Now, let's see. It goes out and immediately there's somebody on them. And another one goes in. And another one goes in. And boom. Yeah, okay, good. Good work. The problem with this instruction, right, is you got to be very careful with hard tackling. Yeah. You're very careful with hard tackling. Because if you have any of these players with hard tackling, and if they got low technique, competitive streak, they'll pick up a yellow card. Or get sent off. Yeah, I did the false fullback. Rico Lewis didn't perform very. I need Rico Lewis to be more. I'll show you the image again. I need Rico Lewis to be here most of the time. See, Rico Lewis is normally here most of the time. Sometimes he does go wide, but you see him in the build. Sometimes in the build-up phases, he's in the build-up phase. He's already here, right? And then sometimes, he will end up here. So when I'm looking at Rico Lewis, what I'm trying to do is trying to see what works best with him. So earlier I was using him as a false fullback. Now false fullback isn't bad. I personally prefer false fullback the most. Okay. But when I go back to my notes, right, what I wrote, right, I want to be true to my own notes as well, where I wrote here, the team's most common build-outs are 3-2-5 and 2-4-4. Yeah, so 2-4-4 is the false fullback. Right, so it's which one do you want to take? So if you do the 2-4-4 version, it's a false fullback. Then you get 2-4-4. Right, so it depends on which approach you want to take. So if you want the 3-2-5 build out, then it's going to be inverted wing back. One inverted wing back, right? He moves into midfield. That allows the channel midfielder to move up. Then you got your 3-2, right? And then you got your 5 in front. Okay. It's all a matter of perspective here, I guess. What do you want to do? So this is how I see it. So we could get so there we go. Now we get the ball. Look at where Rico Lewis is. I mean, it's amazing that I have to take a picture of this. So we got inverted wing back here, right? So there we go, the inverted wing back is here. So we see where he is. This is where Rico Lewis sometimes ends up, no? And because we have, if we have a heavy right side attack, right? Sometimes he might end up playing as a wing back. Let's see what he does there, right? So we got into this, so we got a 3-2 and we got a 5. So this is what we look like now. 3, 2, and 5. So if I'm looking at the shapes, right? I got a new capture now. So we got 1, 2, 3. 3, 2, 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The way I wanted it in the first place. So this build out is the 3, 2, 5 build out now. So you got a 3-2-5 build out here. Let's go. The Rico is here now. There we got, this is Bernardo Silva. This will be Doku. That's Doku enough for me, man. That is Doku enough for us. Don't you think? That's Doku. We got our Doku now. So we see now Doku now. So winger is the best for him. Because winger is where Doku is playing. He's always on the flanks. He's very wide. So now we've got the version which is got the 3-2-5 build out. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Borussia Mönchengladbach taking Bayern Munich to town, man, with Pep Guardiola's build out. Pep used to trap outside opponents. Yeah, we are trapping the outside opponents. We're not trapping. We are stopping the cross. Because if you stop the cross, what will happen is your players will go there, because we're using opposition instructions to trap, not the trap outside instruction, because the trap outside instruction allows them to go through. Whereas the opposition instruction brings them there, and then with the stop cross, boom, you take them out. That's how you should compete. That's how you use the instruction. Don't use, I tell you, the most useless instruction in the whole game is the trap instruction. I always hated it. So now what we've done is we stop cross with the Ys. It is brilliant. Look at this. This is Man City, baby. Oh, really? I don't know, man. I got Bayern Munich playing like Manchester City. My bunch of like kids, they're 120, 130 CA, you know, this bunch of players. Yeah, they're just happily going in there. Rico Lewis is here now. Okay, that Harry Kane gets the ball. Okay, that's good defending by Alvedi. Okay, we're gonna let this match finish out. Okay, we got and I gotta remember all the things we did. Okay, first I gotta take a picture. I realize nowadays I wasn't taking pictures. Okay. 3-2-5 tactic. That. Then team instructions. We got these team instructions, right? Short goalkeeper distribution, I got no, because they're in a natural position. I'm just going to leave it. Of course, you can, but it'll open you up. And I'm a weak team. I don't want to do that. So we got defensive line, but there's no offside trap. I'm not playing the offside trap. The players are going to drop. It's a bit more defensive. We got higher defensive line, so the fullbacks are going to support the transitions a bit more, and also the defensive phase. Pressing triggers, trigger press is standard. There's no, yeah. You don't need to be maximum. So we're done okay. We trap the team and we're getting our instructions. So here we go. Goalkeeper positions. Okay. So these are the team instructions all the way. All right, so those are the out of possession. We're using these. Okay. All right, so this is what we have. Okay, so far, this is what I'm doing. Take picture first. I realize I have to. No, I've stopped using Snagit. I've stopped using it. Yes, that was costing me. Today, last night, I spent 1.5 hours. 1.5 hours trying to figure out why it wouldn't save. 1.5 hours of my life was wasted, and then I found out why. Because they have a new version out. So you know what some of these software companies, I suspect they do, because this has happened before. I had to buy the new version and it was working again. So I was thinking, you dirty dogs. Because they just released an update for that version I'm using 2 weeks ago. 1 week before the new version came out. Bastards. I was so angry. So now I'm using an open source version. Yeah, so it's much more faster. Okay, so we're done okay. We got Borussia Mönchengladbach denying Bayern Munich. Boom. Again, the traps are doing well. We're not using trap outside. I keep reiterating this, right? The most useless instruction of the whole of Football Manager 26 is trap outside. Trap inside. I don't use it at all. It funnels play. So what I do is I use opposition instruction, which is a lot more effective. Because with that, you can actually specify and tell which zones you want tackling hard. So it's a lot more effective. Here we go, the DM, that's Nico Gonzalez. He's making a run, and that's what I like about the DM. The DM plays to his attributes. So it depends on whatever attributes you have for your player. And we got focus play left and right with the trap as well. So we always get an extra player to support play. So now we got that Joe Scally is back. He's playing as a playing wing back. Inside wing back. Yeah. So he'll end up in the spots where Rico Lewis is supposed to be playing. Later we'll make the other version of their build out, which is the 2-4-4 shape. So we got the 3-2-5 shape. Now I will do the 2-4-4 shape. The 2-4-4 shape means both of them are false fullbacks. Here we go. What a ball. I mean, all I need is Erling Haaland. Defending well. Nice. Right. And this is my Bernardo Silva. That's the Nico Gonzalez out to a wide player. Here comes Reindeers. Not bad. I like what I'm seeing. Do you like this? What do you think? I can't see the chat very well. I'm sorry. I can't, no. It's all on the screen. My notes are there. I don't want to move the I mean, I could, you know. Yeah, keep it here. And then whenever I'm looking forward to your comments. So we got our Pep Guardiola system working. So this is a 325 build-up version, the one I shared with you just now. Like based on the guide I'm writing for the tactic. Because what we want to see is the Silva, Gonzalez, and Reindeers. See, this is where Silva is defending, and this is where our 27 is going to be, what's his name? Reindeers. So now we do counter pressing, right? So you can see how high up the pitch they are. This is a channel midfielder. Look at how high up the pitch he's trying to put pressure.
Hi, how are you?
Oh my god, this is good. No, the stop cross is actually very, very good. But you better have players for it, man. These two guys are covering a lot of ground. They are like jumping on players like a bad rash. Look at this. I watch what happens here. Honorat has the ball, keeps going. He lost the ball already. Yeah. Now let's see. Okay, that's our channel midfielder gone into press. And we got one pressing and one screening. So now we've gone to the left. Will our team get very tired? This is the interesting thing now. Yeah, good. That's the only thing I'm worried about. As the half wears off, they look quite tired. What is Bayern playing? 4-2-4 in defense and a 4... Wow. Are they really playing this in real life? I don't think so, no. I've got a Hansi Flick tactical system I'm working on. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, so this is not too bad. We've done well. Our Pep recreation might not have all the possession, which is, kind to be expected. We are playing against a 4-2-4 in Bayern Munich, who must be keeping. They actually had a good start to the game, but withered away, I guess. But they could come back. Let's go second half. Let's see what happens. Machino, Elvedi. There is Rico Lewis. Not like it's really Rico Lewis. So our press right now, we are playing a high block, and we've got OIs to try and put pressure on the opposition. So we can see it's a 4 with Nico here. This winger is in this position, and here is the other winger. This is actually not a bad aggressive press. Yeah, I like this. We are forcing the opposition to try and play out from the back. And this is a high pressure situation for them, for Bayern Munich. Let's see what happens, right? So they have to clear. They had to end up clearing the ball. We straight away go into attack. Not bad. Oh, we missed a chance to score a third. This guy is the Reindeers position. So let's look at his stats so far. Okay, so we've got this guy called Rates, right? He's gotten into decent goal scoring positions. He scored 2 goals already. Well, I don't know, man. He's got forward runs on him, no? So he's getting to the box and he's coming in unmarked to score goals. He's got 8.9 already. He hasn't gotten into many goal scoring positions. Yeah. Not many. The 4-3-3 is one of the strongest systems in FM26. It is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the strongest. And this is our side is an underdog team, so we're not doing badly. So the pressure is very high. We are. Look at this. Look at this press, man. They have to go this way. They can't go diagonal. If they need to, he has to have a very good pass on him. But it's by the time the ball travels halfway, he's already in position. So they have to go all the way back to the keeper and go long, and he's already in position. Yeah. So we want the second ball. So we're putting all the press on them. When they go to the flanks, right, we got players there. So we're trapping them down the flanks, and we're also stopping them from the cross, because to do that, we have more than one player, chopping at somebody's legs. But we're not using hard tackling. This tactic has no hard tackling except for these two, they got hard tackling. And this guy hard tackling. Other than this, these two guys are not hard tackling. They're trying to win the ball back. Yeah, look at the amount of pressure they're putting on the flanks. This is in our tactic, right? We have one CM, which is a generic role. There are no PIs on this role. No PIs at all. Whatever you have, the player will do. It's like a support duty. But remember, he's an AM when he has the ball, right? So he's going to be quite high up the pitch. So I'm not doing anything else. Here we got a pressing central midfielder. So this is like when I choose roles, right? This is how I think of them. Okay, this is very simple. Okay. So, okay, I hate to say this. Highest placed player. That means he's going to be very high when we're defending. Okay. First to go in. Last to go in. Somewhere in the middle. So when I'm not sure, I go somewhere in the middle. If I want to be very aggressive, opening the lines up, I go with this guy. If I'm not willing to open the lines up, hold my position and let them come at me, I use this guy. If I'm not sure, I go with this guy. If I want this guy only to worry about the flanks and not the center, I go with this guy. That's it. It's as simple as that. I don't overcomplicate this game. Yeah. So my favorite roles for out of possession tactics are always going to be generic roles. Always. See, I use a lot of generic roles in all my tactics. The only one I might change is like even here it'll be a winger. Here usually I'll use like one pressing or maybe two pressing and then one CM, one pressing. Here we're using a channel midfielder, a DM, ball playing defenders. Then we're using an inverted wing back. We're using an inside fullback here as well. So he keeps a narrow shape. He's not too committed forward. But he's got the underlap instruction, so he's going to influence his initial starting position. Now you see where he goes. He goes into the center. He also goes somewhere around here. Keeps it narrow. Okay, so we have the ball here. So you can watch what Ulrich will do. Okay, Ulrich comes in and doesn't overcommit. Then we buy some time for Joe Skelly. So we got this guy coming in hard, and then gives time for our inverted wingback to win the ball back. But this was one of the biggest weaknesses in FM24. In FM24, I was not a big fan of the playing wingback or inverted wingback, right? Because very expensive. It's like almost always he ends up being a problem for us defensively because I had to use two players to support that channel. Now we don't need to. With the stop cross, he has now become a very good option. So he comes in here now. Our other inside fullback is here. So we got one central defender, one inside fullback. Nico is here. So inside fullback is here, the defender is here. I think our other defender has pushed up the support play. So this is very nice because what I'm seeing is a pivot which will allow Rico to actually move forward. Yeah, Rico now gets in because Rico Lewis in real life sometimes ends up here, right? This is a bit more safer, 3, because then we don't, this is like Guardiola position. Guardiola sometimes ends up here. It is possible with this role. If they pivot towards the left side and attack their side, he will go forward. Okay, we got to, let's see, we got some more highlights. So this is the play out from the bank. So we got one guy dropping in deep. They go long. I don't mind this, man. This is like giving it to Haaland, and then we got a quick attack going straight away. Well, set piece. Nice. Okay. So we're using, I use short corner routines. This got nothing to do with Man City. It's all everything to do with me. 3. It's got everything to do with me. Oh, you beautiful thing, you. Bernardo Silva scores. Bayern Munich are in trouble. It's their 3 down to Borussia Mönchengladbach. It's an absolute shock. Oh my God. Stop cross is so damn good, man, with opposition instructions. Holy cow, we are completely eviscerating Bayern Munich on the flanks. Okay, here we go. That's the Erling Haaland. This is going to be winger. No, Bernardo Silva couldn't get that. Now we have to see how we defend. He's gone back into position really quickly. Now you can see the stop cross is actually over here. It starts here. Then we've got these players coming in to support play now. Okay, good work. Yeah, bought us enough time. Good defending. Okay, this is interesting. Okay. I have not produced a tactic in FM26 where both my central midfielders get higher than 8 now. This is the first one. Yeah. It was a Pep Guardiola recreation. What? Who is this? Oh, that's our central defender. Joe, this is supposed to be Nico, I think. Then he moves forward. After this, we'll create the one with the 2-4-4 build-out. Now we've done the 3-2-5 build-out. Nice. Oh, they got the equalizer, but I think it's offside. That's a good attempt, but it's offside. Goal awarded. Oh, okay. Oops. They've got the goal. Beat the offside. They beat the offside trap. But I don't really care now. I'm just happy all the goals. One of them, I think we have set piece goals here. Can Bayern launch a comeback? It's hard to tell because there's nothing in the game. People say they don't change tactics, but they do change roles. You don't have to change tactics. You just have to change the roles. And you can change the complexion of the match entirely. Here comes a... Oh... Counter press? Not... Our inverted wing back is Skelly, Schaff, Gnabry. Defended. Good counter now. Yeah, winger. Does well. and got ourselves a set piece. Okay, pretty okay with the result. Borussia Mönchengladbach have completely destroyed Bayern Munich. And that would be Erling Haaland scoring the goal. See, the only thing is, right, according to this graphic, right, Bayern are more aggressive than we are. But we've had more final third passes than they have had. I'm trying to figure that one out. So there's one of the reasons why I was dallying on replications for so long. I want to wait for the data to come in. So we've had our team do reasonably well. We're going to make one more change later. I'm just going to change it slightly. Borussia. Yeah, okay, so all right, so now I'm gonna look at the tactic again, right? Okay, so all right, so let's see what I did. I'm trying to remember all the things that I did in this tactic. So Out of possession. All instructions. So these are the instructions that we use. We use low crosses. We shot from this is discouraged. What ball into box was there. Pass reception. Didn't play pass into space. Out of possession. We did a trap, right? No, we didn't do trap. What we did was cross engagement. So we actually stop cross. Correct. This is what I added in the tactic. So I added stop cross. Stop cross became extremely effective in this tactic. And nothing else was done. We didn't add anything else. Progress through is like this. We got both flanks. We go down to the flanks, which that means even if I lose the ball there, I'll have an extra player there to help us win the ball back. Right. So attacking transition, counter attack, and then here we got counter press, how much higher, stop the cross, tackling is standard, pressing traps we did not use. I used it early, then I realized it was pointless. It was actually making things, it wasn't giving us any stability. So here we go. Now I'm gonna save this. So we are at BTN 7 already, I think. Let's go inside here. 1000 tactics. So let's see the tactics. Dropbox public tactics. Yeah, all the BTN tactics, right? So BTN 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are at 7 now. So this means this is BTN 8. BTN 8. PEPS 325. Yeah, so this is PEPS 325. Yeah, so I'm going to save this as Pep. I'm just going to call it Pep Guardiola 325. So, meaning it builds out as a 325. Okay, so we got this. We're going to maintain the same defensive look, except now we're going to make it into a, oh no, it's not this. This is not Pep. This is, we changed the inside wing back. Yeah. Pep, I knew something was wrong. BTN Guardiola, where are you? BTN Guardiola. There we go. Now we're gonna load the tactic here. Then create a second version of this tactic. Okay, so we got BTN Guardiola. We should have the inverted wing back. Now it's going to be slightly different. We're going to get him to be a channel midfielder, yes, but without the not so many forward runs. So it's standard. Because this guy is coming in now. He's going to be a fullback, and this guy is also going to be a fullback. So now we're going to go into a 2-4-4. So this guy is going to sit narrow. He will be sitting narrow or go. He will sit narrow or go wide. Okay, so out of possession. Actually, how do we do this? We want it to be 2 and then the 4 and the 4. This guy will end up here. This guy will end up here. It will be like a 2-4-5 actually. So this guy will be 2. This guy will come in. There'll be a 3. Or offset 4 actually. And then these guys will be attacking. Okay, we'll this guy will be an inside fullback. Okay, so this guy's gonna come in, and he now has got more forward runs. So he ends up at the edge of the area. So this guy is also going to end up, but he's going to be slower to move up. He will end up supporting the winger on that side. He will be somewhere in the middle. He'll be in the midfield 4. These guys will be the 2 defenders, and this guy will come in here. This guy will come in here. The question now is, how do we get these 2 guys to be slightly wider? We can't do that in the game. There's no more. Oh yeah, attacking with. Stay wider. And then here, attacking with stay wider. Okay, so now what happens is they'll split a bit more. So there's a bit more distance between them. Alright, so now we got this. So this is the second version. We're gonna save this as the BTN 9 Guardiola 244. Because he has two build outs, right? So he's got a 244 build out and a 325 build out. So our 325 build out destroyed Bayern Munich 4-1. Now we are playing the second version, which is a lot more aggressive. Let's hope he does okay. We want a 4-4-2. You want a 4-4-2? How come I didn't see the comments just now? Whiplash. I didn't see the comments because I'm so focused on multiple screens. I do apologize if I'm not looking at the chat. I got my notes on one screen, then I've got like my stream stuff is like super small at the moment, so I'm not really seeing a lot of stuff. I was gonna do these tactics anyway. I'm doing the tactics while I'm doing the for my guide. I'll show you the guide quickly. So I hope you guys see the guide. Okay, so this is the guide, right? So this is the guide I'm doing, and then I've got all these shapes. I'm looking at all these while doing the show. Okay, so I'm going like, okay, these are my notes. So I'm looking at this. There's a clear, the additional players reflects more. Yeah, so because we want to be able to see run at defense, right? So defense will attack to defense. So I showed things, what they have done so far for this. Reindeers also gets into the goal scoring action. So we managed to get Reindeers scoring goals. So that I'm happy with that already. Reindeer scored 2 goals in that game, right? That was a goal. I want to get Reindeers and Haaland scoring goals for this tactic. Of course, we had one. Rocco Wrights also scored a goal from a corner. So he's playing in that position. So now we play Freiburg away from home. And in what will be a very aggressive 2-4-4 build out. Very dangerous, this tactic. Yeah. My Borussia Mönchengladbach team is OP. We are 1-2-0-1-3-0 CA team that's kicking ass. Yeah, look at this guy. All he has is aggression, anticipation, and determination, teamwork. That's it. What does he do? He goes in and grabs a couple of goals. Okay. And I got Engelhardt. These are the players I'm using with this team. Yeah. So far, so good. And this is my machine gun Machino. Okay, Karan Farad. Now, who's that? Filter, unavailable. Karan Farad, where are you? Okay, we'll take you out. And then we add somebody in. Lobinga is back. Okay, so Lobinga can come. Oh, Lobinga is going to be happy, man. Lobinga has been on the sidelines. Yeah, we put Lobinga in this team now. He is a strong presence in the final third. Okay. Alright. Then who's Kastrup? Kastrup good enough to play on the flanks? I mean, we could try him on the flanks. Right, he's a right-footed player. He's got decent acceleration, dribbling. Composure is only 9. Reina? I will give Reina a goal. It's about time we find out how he does as well. I can't protect my team forever. They got Ramos as well. Ramos is a bit slow. Okay, let's go. So this is gonna be a slightly different version. Rocco Wrights is good, no? He's damn good, man. I was playing this, I was like, holy cow, this guy is good. This Borussia team is not bad. But I did add 4 players to the team. Yeah. Okay, alright, so now I take a picture of the tactic first. Guys, show you guys this tactic. Now this is the so we got 1000 tactics. Where's Pep? New folder. This one will be 244. Build up. Okay, so this is tactic. Alright, so this is the tactic. I have to keep doing this. Sorry, guys, but it's either I do it when you're not watching me, or I do it. I rather you guys watch me when I'm actually creating tactics. Then oh, here's a video of me. This tactic is good or whatever. I don't like doing that now. I don't mind. Less work for me. Yeah, let's watch that in transition. Okay, Kleindice at 16 Buddhas. Yeah, Kleindice is good, but he was injured. He's injured. He's been out for a long time. Okay, remember what we did earlier, right? We trap outside. I want to stop saying trap outside. You might be thinking I'm using the trap instruction. No, we stop crosses. Stop crosses so that we can smash legs on the other side in combination of position instructions. Brilliant. Okay, I got to write that in my guide. Okay. Wait, hold on. I have to write this. Okay, hold on. Where's the key tips? Okay, key tips. The key tips chapter is all about all this stuff. Yeah. The combination of stop cross and opposition instructions. Okay, that's it. It should be enough for me to start writing from there. Stop crosses, baby, and OIs. Damn good combination. It's like the Killer Joe combination. But let's not get excited. This version right now I'm using is a 244 build out, which is actually inherently more riskier than the one that I was using just now. The one I was using just now is actually safer. Let's see how this one does. They scored a goal already. They scored a goal out of the gate, man. Because this one is slightly different. It's a bit more riskier. Okay, I think I'll remove his this. I think this is what's causing problems right now. I just saw him dribble. He lost the ball. And then I need to see the 244 before I give it the seal of approval. The problem is more. This is the 2-4, and then you got a 4 here, but it's too loose. It's because these two are playing too aggressively as ball playing central defenders. Central defenders then. Okay. Alright. So it's like center back. Okay. Alright. That might help. Because they're actually bringing the ball out too much. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I have my guide covering the screen. Classic me. Sorry, guys. I do apologize, guys. My guide was covering the screen. Trying to do multiple things at the same time. Okay, now we got 2 here. So I converted them to central defenders because these guys were running too far forward. Yeah. So now they come in a bit more. So you see, again, no. The central defenders got 4. Yeah. This is the problem with the fullback version. That's the problem with the fullback version. He's too aggressive. So what I might want to do is make the center less aggressive. So what we'll do here is play him as a player that goes wide, okay, or a CM first. I'll drop both of these as CM first, okay, because these guys are coming in. So this is the most generic of generics. This is the most generic system ever, okay. Yeah, CM, because I don't want them to move up too fast, which is what they're doing right now. It's encouraging those center forwards to push up as well. And in doing so, what happens is our center becomes quite porous. The first version was good. The second version sucks so far. See, the problem is the defenders. Yeah, I see the defenders here. They're 3. Is it because he is still at... Oh, no wonder. Okay. Okay, what we'll do with this player is I'm not going to ask you to sit narrow. Yeah. Well, you didn't tell him to sit narrow. Okay, all right. All right, so he won't be playing as the inside fullback, no. Okay, that's what we wanted. 2, that's what we wanted. Okay, so he's in here. This is the inside fullback, no. Okay, let's go extended so the highlights change faster. Okay, good. It's changed already. Now I can go back to comprehensive. Okay, hold on. Now, too deep. I mean, it counts as a 4, lah. You know, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. There will be 4 here. But we have to see how it looks like in the other third. And the other reason is we've given our central defenders stay wider, right? Things not working well for us. Nah, we won't reach 500 yet. We haven't even reached 100 yet. Well, we are quite high. Okay, so we got our 2. Now we got midfield. Angela is dropping very deep. That's the thing. Now, okay. It's a 2-4-4. 1, 2, 3 here. Is one of these guys has got to go forward now. Where do we choose? Who do we choose? Is it him or him? The question is which one of these guys are going to go forward. Maybe him. Okay. All right. That's not too bad so far. So we can get these guys to move forward. So he's going to be a channel midfielder. This guy's going to be a channel midfielder. Okay. Done. The problem is this tactic, right? It's a 2-4-4. We're always going to be vulnerable on the flanks, Pablo. It's not a forward pass. It's not called a forward pass. It's forward runs. Yeah. They always have forward pass options. It's forward runs that you don't do. Yeah. Yeah, Ewan. How are you, man? Thanks for joining the party. We just made the first Pep Guardiola replication. Now we are trying his second one, which has got a build-up, which is a 2-4-4. 2. 1, 2. It's a bit fast, but we're getting there. 2. Not 4, but it's a 3 and then a 4. This guy is getting too excited. He's running in the box already. It's a bit fast. I think the tempo is too high. That's it. The tempo is too high. Tempo is too high. I gotta bring the tempo down and bring the mentality down as well. So I'm gonna bring the mentality down to positive and bring the tempo down to standard. Okay, hey, no lah, don't do that, please. Okay, tempo. Where are you? Defensive line, I think we're gonna drop it a bit more so that the fullbacks don't go charging up the pitch. Okay, then the tempo is here somewhere. Okay, all right, go to standard. Attacking with is still narrow. Everything should be working. Let's go. Hopefully it works. Can you try standard attacking with? Shorter distance on the players to press wide. Okay, can. I want to get work. I'm trying to work on one thing at a time. Okay, 2-4-4. Okay, Stoger is quite good. He's channel running, but that's the thing about the channel midfielder. They can hop to the other side of the pitch. So we got 2, we got almost 4. But I don't want it to be a rigid 4, right? Otherwise, it makes no sense. I got 4, 2. It needs to fluidly change between. There we go. Nice. That's because, you know why the guy moved out? The DM moved out? Because nobody was there. That's why the DM moved out. Because these two were not there. So we cannot use 2 channels. Here. White central midfielder. That's like the half space player. Okay. And then team instructions, in possession, go a bit wider or standard, middle. Okay, all right. No need to go all the way out. Okay. Whew. How many tactics have we made so far? So far, I mean, it's close to, I don't know. I mean, since yesterday we made, this will be number 8 or 9. Total is now about 40 tactics already. But the Pep Guardiola 235 is very strong, very nice. But I'll put it in the folder. Then it's already in the my folder, but I'll go out to the public Dropbox folder later. Okay, so we've gone out. Here we go. It's not really, the 244 build out isn't as nice as the 325 build out. 244 build out has been in real life also very leaky, you know. Because every time they lose the ball in transition, they open themselves up for the counter down the flanks. So if you guys want it, can. I mean, don't complain if you concede goals, because that's exactly what's going to happen. So this is 2. This is like a safer version right now. Okay, so you had to drop the tempo. Okay, not too bad. Okay. Tempo was fine. The idiot just dribbled like crazy. That's a problem right now because we are doing that outside stop cross, right? So the inside there will be more space. The wide central midfielder might be a problem because if I use a wide central midfielder, it also means that I'm porous through the center. I gotta stop that. Okay, all right. So what we'll do is this guy might become a midfield playmaker. I'm only choosing the role not because there is a midfield playmaker. I'm looking at roles and their movement. That's it. This one will become a channel midfielder. So I need somebody. I need like these two to like form like these guy the 2. I need this guy to move in here, this guy to move in here. There'll be 2 here, then 1, 2, 3, and then this guy's the 4th, and this guy goes in. He becomes the 4th with this group. That's the idea. Yeah. That's right. So what we have is that group. And then this guy is a CM on support. This guy is going to press. Since he's high up the pitch, it makes sense that he is the pressing central midfielder. Then the DM will stay position. So it doesn't really affect us too much in and out of possession. We know this works out of possession. It's worked in, we did hump Bayern Munich for one. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go. It's coming together. But the thing is, this one, I got a lot of moving parts to remember in my head. Because we can't save the tactic during the match and call it up, right? It doesn't work that way. No. Something. I mean, they didn't make this game for tinkerers. They made these guys for the, download the tactic and go and play kind of fella. Not those guys who are like tinkering, looking for every single permutation they can make. Nice. It's working. Except Bob, what can I do, right? They want to dribble more is a trait. Nice, okay. But they don't run. You see, the thing is when he plays standard width, they sometimes look wide for the pass. Yeah, if you play narrow, they always look inside. Defensively, I'm not worried. Yeah, this shape is good defensively. This is a very good defensive shape. Now it's just a question: did I get the attacking side right? Because we still haven't produced a shot on target. I mean, I think we're riding a high from beating Bayern Munich 4-1, right? Then we meet Freiburg, and Freiburg, hey, they decided to change tactics again. Maybe what we need to do. Okay, I know what to do. All right, okay. We change this into a 4-4-2 mid-block. He will join the attack. This guy will drop, and these guys will be the 4-4-2. Okay. All right, so what will happen is rights will go up as a striker with this one. And then these two will shift here. Okay. 4-4. Because they have a 4-4-2 mid block. Okay, these guys will be tracking. No, white midfielder. Or 4-4-2, right? Was it 4-2-4? What they're right? 4-4-2. Okay, 4-4-2. All right, so Stoger will drop in with Engelhardt to form the DM. Then Wrights will go forward. He will be like a tracking center forward, and this guy will be an outlet center forward. Then, okay. And then team instructions will be mid block because they also defend on the mid block this season. Oh, sorry. Okay. Totally forgot about that. Okay, defensive line is higher. Counter press. Okay. Defensive line behavior is there. All right, let's go. Because they had two blocks, right? They got like a 4-5-1 or 5-4-1 low block as well. They also use a 4-2-4 pressing style as well. So they've got like they can defend in a 4-4-2, they can defend in a 4-2-4. Depends on the occasion. I mean, sometimes they press as a 4-2-4 as well. So that can work. So we can ever say, do I have any jazzy music? This is all like possible. I have to look for it. Yeah, I don't know if he has jazzy music. This is our playlist. These are like copy. You can play these, and these have no copyright strikes on them. Okay, all right. Let's try this. So now we go into a 4-4-2. So they are like a 4-4-2 mid block, a 4-2-4 high block. They have a 4-4-2 mid block, a 4-2-4 high block as well. So this is one of the reasons why sometimes in this game, right, you can actually play multiple styles. Okay, so right now, let's say I'm having a problem. I want to put pressure on this team, right? So what I can do is I can do this. I can play like a 4-2-4 high block, right? So I can put pressure on them when we don't have the ball. So Stoger will come into midfield. Actually, we can do it like that. Man, so these two will screen and these two will be fullbacks. Let's see what this does. No, this is too high. Okay, too high. We are DM better. These guys they will not track, they'll put pressure on the opposition. I'm trying to get a goal back. So I want to win this game. Yeah. So this one will mean I'll go high block already. Okay. Defensive line is higher. Okay, good. Because I know that this year Pep Guardiola has done a 4-2-4 high press, 4-4-2 mid block, a 5-4-1 low block. In games, they will switch. They can switch multiple styles. Depending on the situation. Like they need to chase a goal. They go 4-2-4 high block. Right? They want to they have a high 4-4. So I'm gonna have to create all three for one Pep Guardiola system. Because right now I'm chasing a game, which is kind of good because we haven't had to do that. We're using 2 DMs in the center and 2 wingers on the side. Still goes, it still plays to our system right now, right? Which is to use wingers. And we are trying to stop cross. But so far we haven't created anything because I'm still in the whole, will this work? Will that work? With a 2-4-4. Shit. Because I kind of more or less gotten a 2-4-4 going. Yeah, you see, we can see some of it there because this guy is a bit defensive. But all 3 of them stay, you see. That's a problem. All 3 stay. Yeah. It's just a situation with that role. We can't get him to get up the pitch. So we get a 2-4-4. Just that one of our DMs is going to be a bit more defensive than the others. So it would seem that if we do a build out like a 2-4-4, then we will be defending as a 4-2-4. Alright, okay. It makes more sense now to me. So I've got to now think of how I could get my 4-3-3 to play like a 2-4-4 and defend as a 4-4-2. Yeah, happy times. Adding all levels of complication to this. Put him as MC and use him as PMP and make few runs. Put him at MC. We already got a midfield playmaker. If I push this guy as MC, then we have another problem. If I put him here, it's 3 roles, no? Yeah, put him as a midfield playmaker and tell him to make fewer runs. Okay? Okay, make fewer runs. Let's try that. That could be quite crazy. Okay, and then this guy will be like a white central midfielder. I know, we leave him here. White central midfielder. See what happens. Going higher and higher up the pitch. This team is going higher and higher up the pitch. Because you want to create a 2-4-4 build out. You got 2. Easily going to get... Okay, we got these 2, right? These 2 come in the form of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. He goes up. Forms the 4. Okay, so rights has to be not... We're getting to be an attacking midfielder. This guy is a... Why do I want to make this so complicated, right? Why do I want him to go from here? Channel will go up. So this guy... Few runs. And here at this position, they can go up. And this guy's going to play narrow. Oh yeah? These guys will play narrow, right? These guys will play narrow. Okay? And now we got these guys making 4 runs. They become very aggressive now. And these guys will become very, very aggressive. 4 runs, and he'll be sitting narrow. Okay, dribbling direction will be inside. Making 4-2-4-4-2-4. Okay, so what is this guy is going here, this guy is going here, this guy is coming up, this guy is coming up, this guy is coming up. Yeah, so I got my 2, I got my 4, and I got my 4. Another way of doing it is I just push this guy up higher, and we got channel midfielder. So it's not a 4-2, it's a 4-2-3-1. Then when they defend as a 4-4-2. DM. So these two, this guy is this guy. That's it. Why overcomplicate the situation? 2, 4, 4. We got it. This guy can be a free roll. Then when he's defending, he just stays up. Target. That's it. If you think about it, because you see, we are only after the build-out pattern, which is a 2-4-4 build-out pattern, and the high pressing 4-2-4. That's all we're after, because that's what he does. It's not like we don't have to be so rigid in our mindset as to we have to do it perfectly as when they get the ball. They will play the ball like a back four, and then when they pass the ball, the two fullbacks will go narrow and become part of the midfield, because now they're not playing as the what was that thing again? The inside fullback, right? They will be, because there are two DMs there, they'll be narrow all the way, so they'll form a midfield four. These two are going to form a midfield four now. So they will start like fullbacks, then they go in here, then they go up. You watch what happens, right? You see where he is? They will form a midfield four, then they defend as a 4-2-4. And we consider a goal. Now you just have to tune some of the other stuff now. Okay, so what do we have here? Fullback. Now you guys can be ball playing centre backs. Okay, centre back. Okay, now what can we do with these guys? This is going to be an aggressive setup in front. So they're going to be tracking. These guys will have to hold their position. Okay, can. Okay, I know we consider a goal, but we're on the, we are on the cusp. Now, I don't use the visualizer. The visualizer is, I don't think, the visualizer is okay as a general guide, but it's not going to give you an accurate depiction for every frame, every face. It never does. So I'm more happier watching the whole game. Then I'm confirming it during the game. So I normally go comprehensive to watch what I want to see. So you got two. These guys are in the narrow midfield because we're using box to box, right? So they're going to go up the pitch quite high. Okay. We don't need to. Now we go back in here, become defensive again. This is beginning to look like one of the other tactics. No? This looks very much like Daedalus. We created Daedalus yesterday, right? One of the tactics we created yesterday, Daedalus. Yesterday. Let's call up Daedalus right now, okay? It's going to look like Daedalus. Where is it? There's only one difference between Daedalus and this tactic. Both the fullbacks are coming up. Where is it? BTN, Daedalus. Where are you, man? Daedalus, there you are. I forgot. You can't call up tactics in the middle of a game. Sorry, I got excited for nothing. Okay, we just worry about this first. Okay, nice. It worked. Okay, so we got the stop cross. Okay, now you want to have a very effective counter press, right? No more standard. Okay, I want to win this game. So if I want to win this game, I want to make sure my counter pressing is like smash them. Yeah. And then pass inside. Yeah, so we got narrow a bit more. Okay, so we got 4. Now it goes 4-4-2, then we'll go 2-4-4. Right? Because the fullbacks will get up the pitch. They got forward runs on. Nice. There we go, 2-4-4. Got 2-4-4 already. I saw it. We need to get a 2-4-4 here. In this phase. Not in this phase. In this phase, still build out. Okay, you'll follow your tactic. Okay. whatever. It's this phase when the ball crosses over, when they go from they are coming out of the defense to midfield transition. When they're in the midfield transition itself, that's what we call the progression, the progression phase. Yeah, that's what I'm after. I'm after a 2-4-4 in the progression phase, not in the say now in something of 4-2-3-1 shape, or they change their tactic. I like that. I like this. This year the game is good. You know why? Because the match engine, right? They are changing the managers are changing the tactic by changing the roles and duties. So it's even better than ever. Now people are complaining why they haven't changed their tactic. Actually, they have changed their tactic. You just haven't noticed it yet. You're so used to seeing roles. Now they no more. They don't do that anymore. Okay, we'll worry about this later. Okay, let's just instant resolve this. Then don't use the match plan. We come back again. Take the loss, Let's not be heroes. Okay. Beating Bayern Munich was one thing. Repeating it is another. So look at it. Allows us to do it after the game. So this is Daedalus. So Daedalus use this as the defensive shape, which track with a tracking attacking midfielder and say we can actually use the same thing. Okay. But now what we do is we make a Guardiola version, right? So here they're pretty high up the pitch, but Guardiola's version will get them going narrow. So what you do is you drop these guys a bit. Okay, we get them to the DM tier. Now we get these guys to go sit narrow and then make forward runs. Make more forward runs. That means their starting position is a bit higher. It's a bit more riskier. Let's see if this works, huh? All right. Then channel midfielder. Why is Lobinger here? No, wait. Go to both. Go to both. Okay. All right. So what we want is Reina to come here. We want Lobinger to swap. Okay, and then we want Reina to come here. I gotta double change everything. Because they're already in different positions. I'm not gonna bother using. Okay, so we got this done, and this done. Okay, done. Right. Okay, in possession, we want him to be sit narrow cut inside about more for us. Okay, this is gonna be a bit more aggressive. This guy is gonna run the channels out of possession. Team instructions, they're gonna wait out of here. I keep losing I'm supposed to open this up. Okay, now we're gonna go into a 4-2-4. All right, so this guy comes up here. This is the outlet, and this is splitting outlet because Erling Haaland generally runs to the flanks, and this is a tracking center forward. He'll come back. Okay, so what happens is these two guys will come back and defend, help us defend, and these two guys will stay in the middle. It's a bit defensive. It's a bit defensive. But it can do the job. I don't want box to box midfielders. Then they're too rapid fire going up the pitch. DMs are still good enough. Fullbacks are good enough as well. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so we got the players in. Let's shift space and okay. I said shift. Oh, I must have pressed the wrong button. So shift. Next match. Okay, so we're doing all this for the upcoming guide. So you all saw the tier list just now, the personality tier list and the media handling. Will that help you guys? Whiplash, have you seen it? I know you do a lot of youth training, right? You and Kimpi. Kimpi also does a lot of youth training. So you guys do a lot of youth training, right? So do you all need the tier list and the media handling stuff? Oh, so excuse me for yawning, but I am tired. I am tired. So Because what I did was, I don't know if I showed it to you guys. I'll show it to you guys again. Because I'm so proud of the fact that I did it. No? So I'm going to show it to you anyway, whether you like it or not. Okay. Yeah. Oops. What happened? Oh, did I? Oh, yeah, it's not showing. That's the reason why. It's hidden away. It's hidden away. There we go. Okay, there we go. So this is the Guardiola one. Then this no, there's where there we go. No, this is the one. Okay, so that I did a media handling thing this year. So I break it down like this for you guys. So that when you look at personalities, right, like which are the personalities you want to bring in. So this is like tier 1, this tier 2, this tier 3. This is like, you lottery lah. Whatever you get, you're spinning the lottery. Mercenary, unsporting, and ambitious in tier 3, this year. Because these personalities are still good. The risky thing is you're going to have to like mentor them. Whether it works or not, it's up to you lah. But if you want to, sometimes you see fickle as a 5-star personality. Or unsporting as a 5-star personality. And then you're thinking to yourself, damn, I don't want to keep him. This year I'm going to try because I think training has been... they made training even easier. So we got all the personality. I put all the personalities here as well. Then I give you like combinations what you can do with certain, like mercenary personality is the cousin of the fickle personality. Both have the potential to develop. They come with the right media handling style. So what you do is, if you get fickle, then you look for the media handling style. If they're evasive and reserved, then you still have a chance. So that's my plan on going forward with this. Yeah. So that's what I did. Whether or not, at the end of the day, this is going to help you guys. I mean, the reason why I did it this way is so that, like, I do a lot of youth training, right? So I'm a huge youth training person. So I like to youth train. And this means that I can look at players in the long run. So a tier list. No, that was the tier list I didn't share on Discord. No. That was last year's version. The tier list I did was last year's version. This is the latest one I did. I did it last night. I was looking at the editor. So I was going through some of that. I'm going like, okay, I'm going to combine this with this guy. I'm going to combine that with this guy. I mean, it's a perfect, it's like, when you scout for, because it comes in handy when you're scouting for players, right? Because I remembered, I wrote the tier list in a comment today. Must be lah. Yeah. I did. I wrote a tier list in the comment, but it wasn't a full one. Yeah. That was when I was working on it. So okay, let's go. Let's quick pick. I'm too tired. Okay, I'm way too tired. So this is going to be Guardiola's. This is not Daedalus. So this is save it as Guardiola. BTN. I think we did just now was. This one, BTN 9, Guardiola 244. Let's save it now. Okay. So this BTN Guardiola 244. Okay. The difference is going to be, is actually a 4-2-3-1. So we're going to, tempo, we're going to bring it down slightly. Then out of possession, we want to do the stop cross, right? Okay, stop cross. No, this is the crossing style. What am I doing? Out of possession here. Yes. So we can jump on them and double up on the pressure. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm gonna try it out. So tracking winger, DM, they'll come back and help us defend. They'll stay up. Like they have a 4-2-4 high pressing system and a 4-4-2 mid block system. So it's up to you which one you want. So like just now I was chasing the game, so I went to this. So this. Let's say this is the more attacking version of the tactic, because you're gonna have to be comfortable creating like different versions of your own tactic. Which is why there are some people now wanting match plans. No? That was preventing goalkeeper distribution. Yeah, we don't want to prevent goalkeeper distribution. They're doing enough pressure in the final third. Out of position. Yeah, we want to remove this. You don't need it in the game because your players will be so high up the pitch. Yeah. So this one I will transition into a 2-4-4, and then it's a bit more direct. It's a bit more attacking than direct. And go like 2. Now it goes into a 4. Then it goes into a 4. Yeah. Maybe what we can do is get the I wonder if it's worth white for it's a very attack. It says you. No, I think I added stop cross. Hang hard. I'm supposed to take my medication. Where is your doctor today? The doctor gave me medication for all this. Okay, now we go back, defend quickly. The tracking wingers come back, which is typical. Yep. Yeah, one of the weaknesses that they have when they're attacking like this is they give up a lot of crosses, right? I mean, I'm not saying this is perfect Guardiola 2-4-4, I never said that. Right? I'm just trying to give us different build-out patterns. And it's cool because at the end of the day, you're going to be making your own tactics, right? As many variations as possible. That's one of the reasons behind this stream. Nice. He came out in a hurry, man, to prevent that. Uh-oh. Good work. Hey, do I have out of possession? Check. Out of possession. Out of possession. All instructions, please. Shoot from distance. Oh, out of possession. Oh, yeah, no. Where's the stop cross? Yeah, I didn't put stop cross in. Okay. So in this system, 2-4-4 means the channel midfielder goes up. The two wingers become attackers, right? So your midfield is actually going to be your 2 fullbacks, your 2 DMs, right? So we have that's why I went to change the wingers roles to wide forwards now because they are more attacking, right? And Guardiola tends to want his wider players to hug the line. So yeah, we'll go for the same flavor. Okay, this is supposed to be the striker, Haaland. Pep got a 2-4-4 build out and a 3-2-5 build out. We got the 3-2-5. We used it against Bayern just now. And now we're making the 2-4-4 build out, which is the more aggressive style that they employ. Because the 3-2-5 is not as aggressive. Nice. Okay, Poacher, nice. We did it. It's 2-4-4. 2. These are the 4 and the 4 because the fullback will come. This is the fullback. We got it. Then the 2 are here. Then the 4 are here. The striker, the channel midfielder, and the other wide forward. Now we want to get the fullbacks into play. What we'll do is we add low crosses next. Okay, so we got team instructions now. And if you want to, you can lower the tempo. I'm going to keep the defensive line behavior as that. I'm only worried about this now. What did I want to add? What ball into box? Patience. All we need is just a little patience. Patience. Okay, there we go. Work ball into box. And then cross is low. This will get the fullbacks into dangerous positions in and around the penalty area. That's the final piece of the puzzle. Yeah, so far so good. I'm actually quite kind of happy, you know. This one has it. The 244 build out. Remember, it's not like I'm not gonna go into the discussions about there's no such thing. They do a 4-3-3. Like Pep does so many different things in matches. It's one of the reasons why this season is so good. This season they can go into a low block when they need to. They can go into a mid block when they need to. They can go into a high block when they need to. They can play a 4-2-4 when they are pressing high. They go into a mid block, it's a 4-2-4. Or they want to go to a low block, they play a 5-4-1. So it's like they have got different ways of dropping into their shapes. Now we've got a build-up pattern that's clearly a 2-4-4 progression. I am happier now. Oh yeah, do you know when I can take a picture, I'm happy, you know, usually. Okay, Pep God, I've been waiting for the first picture to come in. 244 build out. I was getting worried I was never going to get one. So we got a 244 build out pattern. So these guys, so what has happened is these two guys are wide forwards. So we can get them there. I like the winger, but the problem with the winger is he starts a bit deeper, right? Then gets here. The wide forward actually starts here already. Starts quite high. So it's a bit more riskier. Look at where they are now. So in this tactic now, let's see if this can be a monster instruction for them. We want to add you know why I'm clicking so much? Because I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do next. Yeah, it's the way I think. We're going to add pass into space and dribble more. Okay? So two things we're going to do. So dribble more is coming up and pass into space. Okay, so we just added two more instructions because I'm seeing potential now to tear teams apart. Joe Skelly, there's a wide forward. There we go. That's why I wanted this. You see what's happened now? We have a rotating 2-4-4. Because this goal too, you see what's happened? The fullback is center attack. I know this is not really Pep, but this is me. Okay, this is me. If you want to do a 2-4-4 the way Pep is doing, where he's got the Rico running up, right? What he can also do is get the other guy to drop in, and then they can rotate, and they will pull markers away. Oh, this is potential. There's some potential here now. This will take... You can have a slightly different version of this as well. Okay, so this is like the attacking version, right? Then we can have a more defensive variant. This is in possession. We can have a defensive variant, no? Inside fullback. But inside fullback told to take forward runs. Because this is very attacking, right? So instead of him, so you don't want him to run ahead. If you want him to run ahead, you play fullback. If you don't want him to run ahead, you play inside fullback. So the inside fullback becomes a bit more defensive. Yeah. I tell you, this game is all about where do the roles move. That's it. Once you figure that out, I'm telling you guys, once you figure out where these roles go, game over for the engine. You will be having so much fun making your own tactics. You just have to figure out where they go. That's it. How they go there, that's all you need to figure out. Yeah, we beat Bayern Munich 4-1. What else you want? Gotta build it first, right? Then the goals will come. See? It's only the 13th minute, brother. No, you want 8-2 scorelines. So then they will. You want 8-2. What happens when you get 8-2 scorelines is SI calls for my save, and they say, "How come you got such high scorelines?" No, we can't do that. We have to enjoy. We must make SI work after the patch. Okay. Now we just slowly do it drips. Reveal one secret sauce ingredient at a time, then reveal the next secret sauce ingredient at a time. I'm retired from making game-breaking tactics. I don't do that anymore. I don't want to. It ruins. Do you know what happens when you make a really high scoring tactic? If I do that, you do that, let's assume you do. I'm assuming for your sake you do that, right? You do that, what's going to happen is your game is only going to last you maybe 200 hours because you get bored. There's no challenge anymore. Yeah, it'd be nice, you get a 140 goal scorer, then you win all the competitions, you got a Ballon d'Or goal scorer. But then eventually, right, you're going to ask yourself, then when you will find another game. I guarantee you'll find a game that's going to challenge you more and more after that. Okay, removing a pass into space. Not necessary. Not necessary. I think we're gonna give up a lot of goals because of this, because we're not a really good team. So I noticed they tried 3 already, and I don't have players who can attack space. All acceleration need 12, 11. Hero, right? Go past it. See what has happened? He doesn't. Earlier, right? The fullback will give and go and run. The fullback will go and run into that space, right? Here now, when you play inside fullbacks, it's a lot more safer. So if you wanted to create a pep, you have to think about what you want your players to do. Like sometimes you might want them to run forward and tear teams apart because that's what he likes his teams to do too. Run with the ball. Like sometimes against weaker opposition, they will run at the ball. The central midfielders will run with the ball. So he's comfortable doing that with his teams. So you have to ask yourself, what do you want to do? So here is a bit more different. So like if I see this, right, they coming at me, okay, I go like, maybe I will remove you. I go fullback with this guy first. One guy, No, I don't talk about World of Ed. I'm not talking about positional play. No, I'm not. I'm talking about okay, for example, right? What's the difference between a pressing wingback and a wingback? I'm talking about where they move. Like where and when do they move? Like for example, a pressing wingback is the first out of the defensive line. He is going to press higher than a wingback. That's for me a really critical distinction between the two roles. Because if I'm creating a solid defensive OOP shape, then I will be thinking, do I want him stepping out early? Or do I want the winger to be the one doing all the hard work? Or does the winger have no time? So if I'm looking at the roles, I'm looking at that in terms of the movement. So like, if I'm looking at channel midfielder, then I'm looking at his movement, right? So where does he go? He basically jumps into channels, which is all the vertical spaces, right? So one moment he can be in the center, the next moment he's on the right, the next moment he's on the left, kind of make him all shit. Then free roll, what is he going to do? Sometimes he drops deep into central midfield. Sometimes he ends up really high. He has a north, south, east, west kind of movement pattern. Then, so this is how I think, right? When I'm looking at roles, like the winger, for example, he hugs the line. Wide forward hugs the line too, but he's slightly more attacking, so he's slightly further forward than a winger. So I pay attention to where these roles are when we have the ball, especially in the progression phase. So you have 3 phases in the game. You have the build-out phase, which is the build-out, defense build-out phase, right? So you goalkeeper has the ball, so that's the first phase. Then you got the progression phase, which is actually midfield. So that is the phase I'm most interested in. That's the one I really pay attention to, because that will tell me where these roles are going to be. So is the winger more aggressive than the wide forward? In the progression phase, the wide forward is more aggressive than the winger. So that means if I play a wide forward, then I probably will need to think about how am I going to get the ball to him. Longer passes, players with better passing abilities, that kind of thing. Or maybe I want my team to dribble with the ball so that they carry the ball closer to him, that kind of thing. So that's what I'm looking at. Positional play feature in Football Manager only affects a few roles. Advanced centre-back, box-to-box midfielder, box-to-box playmaker, half-back, playmaking wing-back, inside wing-back. Yeah, these are the only ones that are affected by positional play roles. I think there's one more, I think, but I think these are the main ones. Yeah. So once you understand how they move, wow, you golden, man. Where basically, not how they move, like where, when and where do they go? Yeah, move to that kind of thing. I mean, my English is terrible today. Okay. We love that. We love that defending, guys. That's what we want to see. So he came our striker came all the way at 244. Baby. Look at where they are. This is what I mean by the progression phase. Where is my wide forward? Why am I playing fullbacks coming in narrow? So when they come in they attack this space, he can go even wider. All right, so this allows me to play a 4 and a 4. So that's why that's the reason why I was playing with those instructions. So now what I do is I come here. He's an inside forward. I'm a coward, right? Because I don't want him to do the crazy dribbling. So I was very worried just now. So he's going to go. I'm going to take more risks. And this guy is going to go take more risks. Let's try this out. I mean, this is the Pep system. True. This is a 2-4-4. I'm happy with it. Wide forward. Go. He's trying to win the ball back. We've got stop cross, but it's not working so well. But we're still OIing them onto the flanks. Nice. There we go. True. Go. No. No. Yes. No. I feel so sad. Beautiful ball. Okay, Scally goes running. There we go. The false fullback. No worries, man. The world of it. You can always ask questions on the street. Almost. So like defending roles, you got screening, dropping, and pressing, right? So think of it this way. A pressing starts higher, the defensive work. He steps further away from the defensive line. Screening is somewhere in the middle. He's like a support duty of old. Dropping is the most defensive idiot on the whole planet. He has no idea that he is standing so close to the defenders that he's holding their pockets. Okay, all right, we've seen enough on full. Okay, let's see. I'm watching the whole game on full now. So this is the 2-4-4 Pep Guardiola build-out, right? Whether or not people will agree with me or disagree with me, I seriously, I'm like, everybody is entitled to their point of view. I'm that kind of person. I like the other one, the 3-2-5 build-out is safer. This is the one that gets him into trouble most of the time. When they start losing games, it's because they're doing this. Because they have nobody on the flanks protecting them. It's something I was hoping Pep, you know who would not do? Arne Slot. Until Arne Slot started doing it himself. That was like going, oh, damn it, we're now in trouble. Because Arne Slot started getting his wingbacks to be more attacking. So they also have two players coming back. But the problem is they don't have... Arne Slot's in trouble with Liverpool. They are in a world of hurt right now. Because I think the system, he abandoned his diamond pivot from last season to go for two defenders. It's 2-4-4. So I don't know. Yeah, I think he spent too much time reading Pep, trying to become Pep Guardiola. He should have stayed true to himself. Pep actually ended up changing to his system. He ended up changing to Pep's system, which is so stupid. Which I find so hilarious, though. Because in the end, Pep started playing a 3-2-5, which made more sense, where Rico Lewis would actually sometimes go wide and sometimes go narrow, which is something Arne Slot was doing last year. I thought it was hilarious. Okay, so we got this. We got somebody called Hack who's in trouble. Okay, this guy can. I tell you what we'll do. We put Machino here. Okay. What? Sorry lah. Okay. Machino comes here. Okay, happy. Oh, they were playing the wrong positions. I didn't even bother. No. Rice is playing this game. No wonder we're not winning. Rice is not a defensive guy. Not as defensive as the others. And now we're getting a dyslexic fit in our computer. Alright, let's change highlights to key. It'll go away after a while. Okay, should be gone. There will be an update from SI this week as well. Yeah. They will have a UI update or a match engine update. I know that there was a match engine bug, but I don't know whether they're going to get it done now. I'm hoping, right, the next update they give us formations in the in-between match highlights, because a few of us, quite a number of people, I can't believe that they don't have it. So I have a Como save, right, that I wanted to, I'll tell you the story. In the Como replication, who's top of the table? Torino. Torino is top of the table. Torino have been winning games by big score lines. They beat Juventus 5-0. So I was like, holy cow, Torino just beat Juventus 5-0. And I wanted to know what formation they were playing with. Basically give me some idea. I go to that game, there's no formation. I can't tell. So it's like, what did they do? So I was quite disappointed. So we are leading by 1-0. This is the more, if you want to use this, yeah, you can, but be aware that if you want to play this formation, then you got to be very comfortable changing blocks. 4-4-2, you got to go from the 4-2-4 high block to the 4-2-4 mid block or the 4-4-2 mid block. So let's assume right now I've got this block, right? Okay, so I'm defending in this block right now. Okay, so why don't I now go into like a 4-4-2 mid block that they do, right? So they got tracking. I'm going to go winger, team instructions. Now I'm going to go mid block. So it seems quite odd, what I'm doing. Yeah, because I'm lost already. Mid block is here. I'm going to drop the trigger press to standard. The counter press now to... Okay, I'll leave the counter press, see what happens. So what's the worst thing that can happen, right? Okay, now we've gone into mid block. Okay, so team shape. Lebonga in possession, Lebonga Biblia. Then Machino is here. Then Lebonga Biblia. Okay, correct, right? Why is Hack was taken off? Okay. Alright, let's go. I expect they will come. A lot of QR features are coming. Yeah, they'll all be coming soon. Don't worry. They'll be coming. They'll be coming around the mountain when they come. Yippee! And they're coming around the mountain when they come. Yippee! Okay. So this is a mid-block version. Very simple to create. Why did I go? I think you all should ask though. Why is your mid-block with wingers? Why was your high block with tracking wingers? Because in a high block, right, I'm very high up the pitch, right? So I have to defend, right? They've got a longer way to go, no? So I'd rather get them start tracking the target all the way. So it buys my defenders more time to get to the ball. Mid-block, I'll be defending high up the pitch, right? So here, in the mid-block, the distance they have to travel is not so bad. But in a high block, if I lose the ball, it's further for me to travel because my team could end up losing the ball here. After the counter press, these guys are still here. They got to go all the way back. There's a lot of work to do. That's why in a high block, I tend to prefer tracking wingers. If I start playing mid blocks, I want them to be more aggressive, so I'll start playing them as wingers because wingers are a bit more like, if you look at the roles, right? Let's show you the roles. It's easier if I show you the roles. Then we go to the roles, right? You see, you got 3 roles here. Inside outlet winger is the most attacking. He's very high up the pitch. Meaning, I'm not going to help you defend. Bad move. Tracking winger is like a defending duty, That means he will just follow all the way back. Right? Because I'm playing a high block, I rather get this guy coming back so the fullbacks have time to get back and defend. Wide outlet winger is a counter-attacking. So these are 2 very attacking ones. So they will stay very high. This guy will track back. So it's like a defensive one. This guy is like a bit of both. He's like a bit defensive, a bit attacking. But because I'm playing a mid block, he doesn't have that far to go because they will start, because the strikers won't start their pressing early. They will drop back. So the wingers will also drop because of them. So they drop back a bit more. So that means that they don't have to track. I don't want them to track. I just want them to apply pressure. So that is enough for me. Yeah. Outlet, no, it's not a defend duty. Outlet is more attacking. Outlet, they will defend, but they stay a bit higher. I tend to find outlet staying a bit higher. Yeah. I hardly ever use outlets. Unless I'm playing a counter-attacking system where I want to sit in a low block and I want to have like a deep counter defensive system where I am sitting back defending and I'm hurling 1-2 balls really long way up the pitch to a winger and a target forward. Then I'll play outlet. So outlets only have outlets are typically I'll use in a Catenaccio or a counter-attacking system. But in most Gegen pressing systems, right, really attacking systems, you don't need to use them. You're more in favor of is winger. Think of last year when I was making my tactics, right? My most attacking tactics had winger roles in them, right? Yeah, same principle. I used to play support duties for those wingers, not attack duties. So you see what they've done? You see how far this winger went back to help us win the ball back? And he's done it in the mid block. This is where they will win the ball for you. So if I had him as a tracking winger, he'll just track. This is like, if I have him as an outlet winger, then he might just stay a bit in front of this player. So I just, my best is, leave be. Outlet is just kick and run. Yeah. But you can. I do recommend everybody try this out now because this is how I feel. When I make the tactics, I don't jump on outlets straight away. There are some you will find some tactics in my that I made right for you guys will have outlets in them because they are specifically like counter attacking rules. And the best corner routines right now I find the short and near corner routines are very strong. There you see what the winger has done? It's a easy attacking system. Yeah. So I'm happy to do this all the way. So right now, in one game, I've gone from a high block to a mid block OOP system. That's it. So this is how you could do Pep Guardiola's tactics. But if you wanted to do like a 2-4-4 version of his tactic, which is what he has got, then you start with a 4-2-3-1 because a 4-3-1 can flip into a 2-4-4 very easily. And is primed though. Because I don't like to. Sometimes the reason why I choose like very similar shapes is because of counter pressing. I want to counter press very effectively. And I find that if your systems are not too different, you don't have to worry about players moving into too many positions. Then we go again, we win the ball back. We're choking Cologne, man, with this system. Oh, man. When you in doubt, go normal. The best role in this game are all the best roles are all the generic roles. They are the best. They're so good, man. They're all like very good roles. I don't use any of the other roles. The best roles are generic right now. Winger is the best role. You go DM is the best role. Ask me what's your best full defending roles. Full wing back, full back, best role. Like all generic. DM hands down is my favorite role in the DM strata. Hands down. I will always play a DM. Nearly all my tactics are DM. I will give you guys other ones that you can try, like box to box and other ones. But I always end up with DMs. Because at the end of the day, when you go and sign a player, you just look at his attributes. You know he's a DM, right? Oh, this guy is going to be a bit more defensive as a defensive mid. But then you look at another guy, this guy is going to be a bit more of a creative monster as a DM. So keeps it simple. So we got 4-2-4, 4-4-2 now. Just now it was 4-2-4 defending. Now we got 4-4-2 mid block. Oh, they scored a goal, man. Let's go. I want to speed up the game so I can remember what this tactics are. So let's go back into a high block now. Man, this is dangerous now for me. Okay, tracking winger, team instructions. Let's go all the way. High press. Where's the trigger press now? We go up more often. All right, let's start playing high up the pitch. Now the tracking wingers will start following. Okay, what I can do, out of possession, right? Yeah, what I'll do is out of possession. This, what is this? This is a splitting outlet center forward. This will be a central outlet center forward. Let's try that. So one is going towards the flanks, one is counter attacking down the middle. That's my counter attacking. That's a splitting center forward at work. So when you counter attack, right? These two strikers now, one is gonna run to the flanks and one's gonna run through the middle. So we're gonna create some havoc for the defenders. We're gonna split the two defenders apart. So these guys are gonna be focused on counter attacking. This way, I keep the DM honest. So the DM cannot. One of the DMs cannot participate. At least, all the three defenders will be back. Because we are playing against a back three, right? So you want to attack the channels as much as possible. So you can see how it works. You see the central outlet is here. So it's got these two, right? And the splitting outlet is here. So this is like Haaland waiting to create havoc down the flanks, and this guy is here waiting to. So we're giving them problems. If they don't clear the danger, or we get to a we can actually create havoc. Nice. Almost got a fourth. So let me try and remember this. Okay, so we got the thing correct. So what we did was team instructions, in possession and out of possession. We'll just take a picture of this. So in possession, this. Out of possession, this. Then we have the tactic is roughly like this for both fullback. We're using one inverted fullback. We're not going crazy, yeah. But he is still in midfield. But we got one player a bit more attacking than the other. So this version is the high block version. False fullbacks, what are the advantages? First up, they're not governed by the positional play thing. That means they don't go and sit in the DM tier when there's a single DM. So you can use them in any system and they always play exactly the same way. Whereas if you play inside wingback, if you play them in a one-man defender system, right? One-man DM system, what will happen is they will go into midfield because there are two DMs there. They will start playing narrow, right? That's what they'll do. And sometimes they'll just stay there for a while, but they'll still be narrow. They'll still run up. I enjoy fullbacks a lot more. I think the four fullbacks are the golden role that very few people play. I play them a lot. They're very destructive. They're not a cheat code role. That's a beautiful thing. So they don't exploit any match engine flaw. They just run the channel. They just come up true to form. They go right through the channel like a knife through butter. And I can use them in any tactical setup. I don't have to worry. So, that's perfect. Whereas in inside wingback, sometimes with this one DM, they go there, they sit. So sometimes if in the game, right, I let's say I push one of my DMs further up the pitch, or maybe I get the DM to become like a box-to-box midfielder and he goes out. And sometimes the fullback the inverted wingback will go in there and he sit, and I don't want that. I sometimes want him to go right behind the box-to-box midfielder. Yeah, all these tactics will be in the Dropbox. But first, I have to save them. I haven't created the thing yet. So this BTN, so we got, let me see. Let me check whether this the one that we used. Short goalkeeper distribution, remove. No, we don't use that. Then team shape, looking at the roles now. We use the inside fullback. Okay. He comes in narrow. This one will still go narrow, sit narrow, correct. And then this one is also, we can ask him to sit narrow. Yeah, he does that as well. Okay. We also, occasionally you can, if your players are good enough, you can ask him to play riskier passes. Then what we did here is we use wide forwards, right? That's why I went with the inverted fullback. So we went with wide forwards. This is beautiful. Okay. Now, your choice. You want to go mid block? You can use winger. You want to go high block? You use tracking winger. That's it. That's about the only. Then you can actually use a center outlet and a splitting outlet if you want for counter attacks. I'll just leave it like this. It makes sense. This can be quite defensive. This will be a two attacking outlets. This guy will keep the defenders, and this guy will run the channel like Haaland does at the moment. So you basically have two in counter attack. And these guys will drop back to help you defend. And then if you play a mid block, these guys become wingers automatically because that is a really good role in the mid block. Well, it will fit the system quite nicely. Then team instructions are still the same. Defensive transition is still the same. The defensive line behavior, probably push it up to, no, leave this alone. It was not this I was looking at. It was this. Yeah, we leave this alone. Other than that, what else we got? Run, encourage. Okay, I would say that if you play this game, right, I would normally tell people to be careful about the I have to check something with them. Pep Guardiola is here. The 244 is here. I think I was looking at this. Short pressing. No, where was it? Defensive cross engagement, stop cross. Trigger press is more often. Okay. Work ball into box. I use work ball into box. No, that work ball into box with low cross. Correct. If you want to make this into a mid block, right, change these roles to wingers. If you want to play this as a high block, okay, I'll just save it here. I'll just put it in the notes. Okay. PTN, Guardiola, 244. BTN 9, I think. Is it 9? I think it's 9. I think it's 9 lah. Oh, shit. Yeah, it's 9. I've got to write here BTN 9 version 1. Okay. All right. So here basically high block, change winger to tracking winger. No. Okay, that's it. Mid block, change tracking winger to winger. High block, they are tracking wingers. That's it. You can play a high block or a mid block, but that's how you want to set it up. So BTN, that's it. BTN Guardiola, number 9. This is a tactic. So in this one, they're going to be tracking wingers. Then after that, they can be wingers in a mid block. I think everything else is the same. That's it, baby. BTN number 9. Okay, now we synchronize the Dropbox folder. Okay, hold on. I haven't done it yet, no. I haven't opened the Dropbox folder yet. Have I got Dropbox up? Nope, I don't have Dropbox up. Let me put the 2 tactics in the folder first, huh? Okay. Documents, where are you? Okay, there BTN here and BTN 325. So you got both of them are here. This is BTN 8 and BTN 9. Then I'll open this one, and this is my 1000 tactics. No, down here. Sorry, guys. I got a lot many folders. So I want to ask SI. Can you please create a folder? No, you know how messy this is. Even I get like when I forget where I put my tactics after a while. Where did I put the original 1000 tactics? See, I've forgotten where I put the original 1000 tactics. No. Yeah, I forgot where I put them, man. I know this. I know where these are all going. I had another folder. Did I? Oh, yeah, there we go. Must be inside here. No, not here. Where did I put the 1000 tactics? I had a folder. I was so organized yesterday, you know. This happens when you're doing these kind of things and you're falling asleep. These are the latest ones. Predator. I'll just put it in the Dropbox folder for you guys now. Okay. I'll worry about it later. There we go. Tactics. They go in. All right. So they're all here. Okay, synchronize. They should be synchronizing. Then Dropbox public. They are in already. There we go. 325244. So that told us the tactics are there. No, I haven't done any no Espirito Santos yet. Okay, so we got all of them. Now I just have to figure out where the rest of my tactics are. I mean, the tactics folder has got one place, but I just did it yesterday. What's this one? This is 1000 tactics, but this is for the article. This is for the guide. This is all where I keep all the notes, or the pictures I take, and for all the tactics that we created. So this is the Pep Guardiola. The 2 Pep Guardiola tactics are here. The Predator system is here. Daedalus is in here. I don't know. I can't remember what tactic. Oh, this is different. This is training. So I was writing while I was writing the guide. Now I got to find out where I put. Oh, this one I'm gonna delete. These are all the great tactics of FM22, I think. Or FM23. Maybe it's in documents and I created it somewhere else. No, it's not there. Oh, I know where it is. FM26 1000 tactics. That's where it is. I would have put it on a different drive. These are all the tactics I created for FM24 so far. So Bordalas is here. There's a Bordalas tactic. Yeah. Then Galileo is here. Titan. Then we got Titans Rush, which is the 3-4-3 strikers, which is strong. Then Como tactics are here. Como has got 4 versions. I got my 4-4-2. I got the inverted pyramid. Joey Go Smash, which you all have not seen yet. Okay. Kaiser 4-2-3-1 with wingers. The Kaiser one with inside forwards. The Madness 4-4-2 that goes into a 4-4-2 strikerless tactic is here. Yeah. So there are a lot of tactics. Arrigo 4-4-2 also is here. Yeah. And then I got one which has got just wingbacks running up the pitch, creating all kinds of havoc. I mean, that's just basically now taking advantage of the dribble more. So I got to create, and I'll share these tactics with you guys. But most of these were created earlier. Yeah. So what I've done is we're gonna order them like BTN 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know which one is BTN 6. Yeah. Which one is BTN 6? Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Genius, this guy. Tell you, I don't know what's come out with me. Don't tell me there's no yeah, Franklin. Franklin is not here. Okay, all right, Franklin. Okay, I got Franklin in there. No, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I go to my tactics. Now Como is here already. Como is all here. Como's got a few. Then Joey Go Smash. Kaiser 4-2-3-1. Galileo is here. But I'm gonna make a few more for you guys. We gotta go. We're gonna have to hurry up. I'm gonna get to 1000 tactics. November, I have to. This month target is 150 tactics. 150 tactics. So this is fine. I'm happy with this. I like this. I tell you right now, the best damn roles right now, right, are generic roles in the game. Like this. These are the best. Fullback, DM. Absolutely sensational. You want? Oops, I hit the microphone. I'm so sorry. I better take my hands on the microphone. That was not looking very good. Ouch. Okay. We got more to do, okay? All right. I just done Guardiola. So Guardiola, you got 3 versions of Guardiola, that means. Okay, that means we have to count 3 versions. Can we do that? Is that fair? I'd say we do it. So we create Guardiola 3 as well. Okay? So we go back. It's fair, what? It's a variation, isn't it? Okay? That counts, man. Winger, mid-block. BTN, Guardiola. BTN 10. Guardiola 2-4-4 mid block. Yeah, I said there's a different version and I didn't create it. I should do it for my. Yeah, it makes sense. Correct. This is the Guardiola mid block because he also has a mid block. Then there's one is got a 5-4-1 low block. Where he attacks in a 2-4-4, right? And he defends in a 5-4-1 low block. That one I haven't really worked on it, but it basically will see him drop in here. 1, 2, 3, 4 will come in here like that. The 4 will come in here. Becomes a very low block. Possible. Then Nico Gonzalez will be a central player. Then the wingers will drop into these positions, and the one striker will drop here, midfield. And Haaland will go into a strikerless position. So if you guys want it, I'll do it later. That was a low block. There's like too many Guardiola versions. People get confused. But right now, it makes sense with the way we are playing this safe right now that you actually can have 3 styles of defending in a game. So you attack one way, and then you defend in a mid, high, or low block. all three possible. So I'll do it now. Lah. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so the next one is going to be mid, high, and low block, right? So we go into the team instructions, and then we change the mentality to something like cautious, okay, because that will be good enough. And then these guys are like that. Same, they were attacked the same way. But now how do they defend, right? Okay, so we got to decide who goes where. So 5, 4, 1. So Biblia will come all the way down here. Okay, this guy will come here. Now this is going to be tough. You know why? Well, it doesn't matter. This is not my team. Okay, we're creating one for. Okay, he comes here. This guy will come all the way here. And then this guy will come here. And this guy will come here. And this guy will come here. 5, 4, 1. Low block. Team instruction. So here there will not be a counter press. There'll be a regroup as they drop back. Defensive line will be standard. Trigger press will be standard. Line of engagement will be low. Okay. And then now is when you see the outlets. Okay, this guy is a wide outlet midfielder. This guy is a wide outlet midfielder. And this guy is a central outlet attacking midfielder. These guys will be DM, DM, DM. This guy will be a centre back, full back. So team instructions will be the same as the other one, right? There's no change. Pump. Defensive line is still standard. We don't want it high. Fullbacks will not be running all the way up the pitch. And then all instructions for the attack. The attacking side still remains the same, except now you actually want to have a higher tempo. I think narrow. We want it to be standard, not narrow, because we don't want it to be too defensive, right? Because the problem when it's attacking with the narrow, it becomes, right, the less you use your flanks. But now we got those outlets, right? So we want it to go out to the, let's make it go out to the flanks first. Supporting runs, we'll see them do underlaps, looking inside for runs. So we don't want that as well. So this time we want a balanced attack. So in and out. We don't want to make a focus of just using one side of the pitch. Defensive line standard, defensive line behave like this. Okay, team shapes like this. Okay, so this is Guardiola's low block. Wide forward. Okay, so inside fullback. Okay. I'm going to be back. So I can't be bothered using two different formations. Actor, you can... hey, do you know what some people are asking for right now, actor? If you think you don't like two different formations, wait till you hear suggestions on the forums right now. There's some suggestions for... Altogether, I think 6 different setups. So there will be multiple shapes you can take on. Like they use match plan. So if you can use a match plan, you can create like a defensive style, a custom preset. And then so during that, say you're 2 goals down, you decide, okay, fine, I'm gonna go into a low block, that kind of thing, and then you just set it up. I know. It's a new world we live in. Everybody seems to be excited. I'm like, okay. In possession. Quick pick. We just pick based on in possession right now. Shift, swag. Let's go to the next match. I'll be back. I need to go to the loo, man. There's a reason you don't read the forums. I'm just checking it out. I just last couple of days, I'm like thinking to myself, hey, look, we already got 3 tactical slots. I think that's enough, man. I think adding match plans into this mix is too much. I mean, it is a good idea, but I don't see a lot of people using it, including me. I'll be back. Now the mystery for me is going to be, how do I choose players for this? I'm not even convinced we should have a second formation. One formation with an offensive defensive role. Yeah, possible. You can. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna do this is the mental setup. Okay. Put low block here. Mid block here. Where's the other one? Guardiola, low block, mid block. There's one more. Guardiola 244, I think. BTN. Guardiola, where are you? Guardiola, where are you? Okay, there, low block is here. Mid block is here. Where's the other one? I don't want to make it again, man. Ah, there we go. Guardiola 244 version 1. That's the first one. Okay, so I'm gonna rename this BTN 9 Guardiola 244 high block. How would I use it like this? It's a question. Okay, so I'm gonna set up for this. This is totally anal, I tell you. It is anal. I'm telling you, this is dumb as. Alright, so we gotta quick pick this. I mean, this is a game that I got, right? So, okay, Kleindads, Ramos, Honorat. Okay, right? Then in possession, boom. Biblia moves here, Ramos moves there. Out of possession, moves here. Biblia is here, goes all the way here. That's okay, right? He goes channel. And from here, he just hops into that position. Rights goes in possession, moves, he stays here. Okay? Let me see this how this works. So Engelhardt and Biblia should move into midfield. Okay. Engelhardt and Biblia. Engelhardt, Biblia, then right should go up. But it doesn't matter. It's right now how it's working is this guy comes here. Actually, this guy should go here, so this guy doesn't have to move. Okay. Alright, so what we will do is go to the both, right? So what we want is this guy to go here and this guy to come here. Okay. So there's minimal movement in the tactic. Alright, so this guy comes here. So this guy comes here. Let me sort this one in my head. This guy comes here. He moves here. This guy comes here. This guy goes there. Okay. Now he goes here. Yeah, but this guy is not moving. It's the same thing, man. Yeah, it's the same thing. So this guy will move here, and this guy moves here. Then this guy shoves up. Yeah, that's it, man. It's the same thing. Because the guy that's moving up is this guy. This guy stays static. Okay. The Galileo I made already. Yeah, I made Galileo already. I just haven't done the stream for it yet. Yeah. Okay, so let's go. Let's see if this works. This is crazy. This is the dumbest of all. I am telling you right now, right? This is the dumbest system of them all. Okay, I will never play this in real life. How many playmakers can you put in one tactic? Yeah. I don't know. Heidenheim. Okay, let's go Heidenheim. Let's see what happens. So we are watching this. Slow this down to about 1.5. That's in real time. And then we'll. I mean, I'm just gonna move it up to 40. Okay. All right. So we go. I mean, ideally, if you want to see a tactic, you should do this. Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's just do that now because I want to see. I feel like pain is coming. So we got into a fight. This is us, is it? Yeah, man. Look at him. He's already gone into this position. He's got a 5, and the rest will come into the 4. Yeah, 4. Now in the midfield, we're in the midfield phase. So he got into 4-2-3-1 already. Oh my goodness. There's potential. There is potential. It's some potential here, baby. Yeah, I am seeing some potential. This is a ridiculously defensive. Oh, no, I lose the ball, right? They regroup first, not counter press. This one I don't want to counter press. They regroup when we lose the ball. Because they got such long travel distances. Oh wow! Oh, almost true. Yeah. Now they gotta go back. Drops in. They go into a 5-4. See, this is outlet. Remember just now I was saying? An outlet is not as defensive. It's not a very defensive role. They're waiting to do the counter attack. So when you pick an outlet, right, they don't go deep. No? See, this is where they stay in these positions. They're waiting for the counter attack. They expect these players to win the ball. So they're expecting your defenders to win. So what we could do is turn the two outer players into pressing players, right? So what we can do is turn these guys into pressing fullbacks. Since we got 3 dropping in, so these guys become pressing fullbacks. All right, so these guys become just leave them as centre backs or ball playing centre backs. Cannot stop being covering. No ball playing centre back. I'd rather have a ball playing centre back. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go centre back. Yeah. Outlet looking for the counter already, man. So it's they lose the ball, they get into defensive positions. They go 5. Then they go into a if I want to go into now they go into a low block. But see, in a low block, right? They won't defend, no, those guys. So what we want to do is change their roles from outlet, right? Okay, so we change these guys from outlet to wide midfielders. They will defend now. Now they will defend. Just now they were not defending. They were just going, you know what, boys? I'm not defending. I'm here waiting for you to win the ball for me. Now they will defend. Once you understand what these roles do, the game becomes so simple that you can just create one tactic and just change the roles for what you need them to do in the game. In fact, you can just stay with one formation, the same shape in attack and in defense. Like a 4-2-3-1 attacking and a 4-2-3-1 defending, which is my favorite way of playing right now. And all I do is just change the rules. Yeah. I want you to come and help me defend. Shut up. Tracking wide winger. Okay. I want you to stay high up the pitch and try to win the ball. Winger. I never want you to come back. Outlet winger. That's it. So simple. The game is so easy now when you do all these roles. Too easy. So now we got them playing as pressing fullbacks because earlier I noticed that they were not doing enough. Right now they come up the pitch and win the ball. Even nicer. Okay, good. It works. It has now been. This is a low block. So the primary function of this tactic is to defend. Okay. So you could be 2-1 up in the Champions League final and you want to defend, right? So, but you don't want to overcommit your players. So what you do is you drop into like a 5-4-1 when you're when you lose the ball. So the priority is to get back into defensive shape. So once you get the ball, you still want to attack. But you're playing cautiously and getting the ball up. Then when they lose the ball, they regroup. The priority is to get into defensive position, which they do. Look at that now. 5, it's a loose 4, So this is the one striker because the ball is on this side. He hasn't come back. He doesn't need to come back, actually. Yeah. So they're trying to win the ball. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. 5-4-1. Low block. The priority is to defend here in this version. This is what Guardiola does. When he wants to sit back and defend deep, right? They play a 5-4-1. Now I just remember what the roles are. So I got pressing wing back. The only difference is, we use the wide midfielders instead of using the outlet. Because outlets are staying too high up the pitch. And here you could actually do a quick transition as well, because the opposition also going to be running the ball, right? So I just want to try quick. Out of possession, is it in possession? Goalkeeper, where's the goalkeeper? Hey, goalie, where are you? Goalkeeper distribution. Yeah, this one, right? Go kicks. Long. Distribution speed, distribute quickly, distribute to the flanks. Don't bypass the press. Balance. Okay, let's try this for a while. For fun now, because I noticed they get out. Estudio, Chile, South American football. A lot of football there to be played. Okay, so the question now is this good enough? I think with 2 DMs. These guys are pressing wing back. Okay, all right. I think I've seen enough. Okay, let's go key and close this down. Okay, that's it. I'm happy. This is a cautious system. Playing a low block. It's almost like playing Catanaccio. Almost like playing Catanaccio. When you lose the ball, you want everybody to come back. Like, you are playing and you're not trying to win the ball high up the pitch. You want them, you're defending all the way back. Last time, the old Catanaccio was you draw all the way back and then you attack. Yeah, but this is a bit more nuanced because I'm trying to keep the ball. I'm not just booting the ball up for the sake of booting the ball. If you want to play like the old Catanaccio, then you'll have to play pass into space. And direct passing, like what they're doing right now. Then you get it a bit more. And then you get a goalkeeper to kick the ball as well. So which is what I'm doing right now. I'm getting a goalkeeper to kick the ball. Also beat up the opposition players at every possible. You're a violent person, Hector. Violence. Do you know that I think when I was doing this tactic replication streams, right? The very first first game I drew, the second game I had a red card, third game I had a red card. I played 2 games, drew both of them with red cards. It was crazy. Okay. Short corner routines, baby. Some of the best in the world. Because you gotta just aim them for the far post. Look at our possession numbers. 62 and climbing. 63 now. 64 now. Look at this. This is actually a very looking decent now. And we're playing cautious, so we're less keeping the ball. Oh, I love it. 1-0 scoreline. Against a team we should be smashing. But never mind. We decided to play low block with this game. Biblia to rights. Goes back to whoever that guy is. Second goal is sweet. The second goal is so cool. Oh my goodness, we just passed our way through this team, man. Onra gets it and then gets side of goal. Push. So one tactic for all occasions. Let's switch now. They thought we were playing a low block, right? Now we go to a high block. Same system. Now it's a different set, right? We go into this now. Angela rights will move here. Kleindyke and Biblia will go up here. Okay. Now we go high block. Remember, we're using stop cross for both tactics. Oh, I have to check this guy. I think we got stop cross in both the tactics. Right. So we're going to the high block now. Standard. Mid block, it doesn't change. Wait, high block. Then look at the mid low block. Yeah, it does change. It does change. Yeah, it does change the tempo. Yeah, I was looking at the tempo going. What's wrong with the tempo? Okay, now we got this one. This is the low block. All instructions. Out of possession. We should have defensive transition, low block, defensive line. Or I know I added something just now, right? The goalkeepers the goalkeepers distribution. The goalkeeper's distribution was changed. Will it keep? I don't think it keeps the goalkeeper. That goal kicks are long now. Yeah, goal kicks. So it actually keeps the changes that I did. That's not bad, no? I didn't save them, right? So it maintained the same changes. Now we go into a low block. Maybe it's like giving this team a heart attack. Okay, now I go to a high block. Ooh la la. This is gonna be cheat mode playing Football Manager. They got there to change the formation to this now. Now we feel like big monsters. Okay, we're going mid block now. Because the mid block, this one they'll change the roles to wingers. I feel evil. I really feel evil. I feel so damn evil though. Okay, last couple of minutes. I go mid, low block. Guys, it can be done. So it just changed to a low block now. Same formation. We do, because there's very little cost to doing this. Like, okay, Biblia, the only reason why this is happening, right? So this guy is going from this position to this position only, right? Look at that, right? We use both. I mean, I might be wrong. You have to put both open. Yeah, Biblia is only going from here to here. That's it. Yeah, so there's no cost to this. So what? Oh yes, we have to save this with pressing fullbacks. That's the difference. And wide midfielders. Just now we're using outlets. The first version, the one that we have, has got outlets inside it. So we don't want that. So Guardiola's low block. 2-4-4. Looks like this. Because when they are playing a low block, they're actually in a 5-4-1. Then when they attack is a 4-2-3-1, right? Okay. Because they have a 2-4-4 build out. So when they're attacking, they become a 2-4-4. But when they're defending, they go into a 5-4-1. So how do you get that to look on Football Manager as a low block? So we just did it. We'll just throw the boot at them, okay, for fun. Let's just make them miserable. They won all these games. I'm furious with your performance. Yeah, there's no cost. I'm telling you, right? Okay, you know what that affects, right? Is their personalities a bit, but I can't be bothered. I always done this in the game. There's too little price to be paid for all this. Okay, so we come inside here. Now we got the low block version. Let's set it up now. Okay, so this guy should be a wide midfielder. This guy should be a wide midfielder because outlets, they just don't help us. Then, because we have 3 central defenders here, what we'll do with these guys is tell them to start pressing because we need them to press. Otherwise, what's the point of having 5 guys staged up in a row, right? All right, so in this setup, Engelhardt, when we lose the ball, Engelhardt will drop here. This guy will drop here. That's the plan. One of the DMs will not move. So that way is okay. Then this guy will drop into the strikerless position. These two will drop slightly deeper. When we have the ball, they go into a wide, they become wide forwards. Team instructions will stay the same. But we want wider here because we want the ball to go to the flanks. Patience, work ball into box, up to you if you want to, if your team is good enough. Otherwise, I would. This is only when we get into the final. This only kicks in when we're in the final third anyway, so don't worry about that. Attacking width will encourage the flanks. Keep ball in place. Fine. Balance. Select. Underlaps I'm going to avoid, right? We avoided underlaps with this one, if I'm not mistaken. Progress through. Supporting runs is balanced, correct. We are avoiding underlaps. Then shot from distance, crossing style, below crosses. Patience, work ball into box. Okay, pass into space, dribbling. We leave it. I mean, if you want to hit pass into space, I will recommend you turn dribbling on. Because it's always worked really well in Football Manager. Then we've got defensive line is standard, low block. Defensive transition is going to be a regroup because they were in very attacking positions. We wanted to drop into deeper positions. Forget the counter press, get them to move first. Stop cross would be very good to shut down the attacks. I hardly ever look at this. I never look at this in the game. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Got goalkeeper distribution. Okay, this is entirely up to you, right? You want to draw. You can actually play a game where you are getting a goalkeeper to play it out, then you slowly move the ball up. But if you are encouraging to come and attack you, my advice would be actually to play this to the flanks, so that the goalkeeper kicks the ball, because your wide forwards your wide midfielders are there already, right? And your fullbacks are just going to go into fullback position. So you're kind of encouraging your team to actually get into the attacking shape as early as possible. So I'm going to do that now. So you're going to go flanks, and then the goalkeeper distribution will be mixed. Where is it? You think that they put the goalkeeper distribution, now that it's mixed. Okay, done. All done. All right, so now we get this, and we have finalized this BTN 11. Low block. Where's BTN 11? There we go. Low block. So we got all of them here now. This is a family of 3 that you can use together. In fact, you can use the same principle to go and make all your other tactics. So you can have a mid block, high block, and low, high, mid, and low block version, if you're so inclined. I better stop doing that because my neck is gonna break. So we got Inter Tactics folder. So we go Guardiola 11 low block. Okay, I'm gonna put this into the Dropbox folder for you guys. There we go. Tactics, Guardiola. Okay, and then I'm gonna delete this. And then we got a high block version. I saved one just now. So 1000 tactics. No, this is 1000 tactics. This is documents. Was interactive. Uma measure 26. Okay, so we got high block. This one, all 3. See, I'm gonna go into the folder here and delete this one. BTN Guardiola 325 is here. Okay, so we've got 9, 10, 11 coming. Got 9, 10, 11. So there you go. Guardiola's 244 mid, Guardiola's 244 low, and Guardiola's 244 high block. All 3. This can be one set that you can use. Okay, so basically will so essentially what happened is this, right? So in the high block, the defense is a 4-2-4, right? 4-4-2, whatever you know call this. So it's a 4-4-2. Then when they go to the mid block, they're still in the 4-4-2, but now they got winger roles because they perform differently with I explained it earlier. I'm not going to do it again. Okay, and then when they go to a low block, they drop into this. Can be used in Champions League finals. Yeah, so it works all the way. Yeah, boom, mid block, because this will help in the mid block, and then high block. High block, you want these guys coming back to help you defend. Yeah, because you want these guys to get back into position. That's it. Okay, 11 tactics, but how many in the other folder? 30 over. I don't know if I'm going to get to 1,000 tactics. It's going to be a massively complicated challenge. And I still have how many more tactics, how many more replications? We just did Guardiola, no? We done Como. I need to do Hansi Flick's tactical system next. The Hansi Flick is the next one I'm going to do. Hansi Flick will be another 4-2-3-1 that has got a low and mid block version. And the base formation is a 4-2-3-1. And out of possession, they can defend as a 4-4-2 or a box. Or a 4-2-2. Sorry, not a box. 4-2-2. Similar to this. So it's going to be almost similar to this. I mean, like, if I create the Hansi Flick version, we might end up using the same one. But we'll just make it slightly different because they have a single pivot only, which is their DM that screens the defense. And they got 2 number 8s, 2 attacking midfielders. So we could use it as a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-1 because the shape often evolves into a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1 to create overloads and passing triangles. Wow, there are a lot of stuff here, man. Centre backs will split wide with a goalkeeper often evolve to create a 3v2. You guys, I'll show you what I'm reading. Okay. Yeah, I don't even know whether you're seeing what I'm putting up. Yeah, that's what I'm reading right now, okay? So this is what I wrote for Hansi Flick. Okay, and I got all the images for Hansi Flick here. So I took all these pictures, I have them in the guide. No? So, to explain. And usually it's half of this stuff I write for myself. No? Yeah. So after going down to a counter attack, Barcelona shifted gears in the aggressive 2-4-4 as Levante started defending in a compact 5-4-1. Levante was willing to drop deeper and allow players like Lamine Yamal to run into a wall of players. Oh man, this is a lot of stuff, man. Here against Mallorca, the out of possession phase starts with a high block in their 4-2-3-1. Okay. It's a lot of work. I gotta make a tactic. So this one I can stick my what's this? This Como. This is my translation, Football Manager translation. This is going to be the Guardiola system we just did, right? So I'll have to add all the tactics to this guy. But I can't do the PPDA stuff for you guys. That one depends on Football Manager, how kind they are to me. Whether they will say, yeah, guess what? We're going to give you the Football Manager. We have decided to make life fun for you by... making our tactics, our data hub look good. I don't know, like data hub is not good enough. Wouldn't 100 be tactics? No, I'm going for 1,000, man. 100! Iron Robin, I do that in a month. Okay. 1,000 tactics. Makes sense. It will break I want to break my all-time record. Yeah, I want to break my record. This time, because there are two things that are going to happen as a result of this little adventure, and I want to do it. The game could crash. Because the last time I did it, the game crashed. Yeah. Because I reached the limit. There's a certain, I don't know whether there is a limiting factor. Because there are certain things in this game, there's a reason why, I think we ran out of attributes to give... Why do you think I have a theory, Why are they showing coaches with names? Because they ran out of space for attributes already in the game to display. So I was like, it's possible, you never know in this game of Football Manager. They went to put all the women, the ladies in the game, right, bro, and all this other stuff. Then suddenly, oh shit. What happened? Oh, we can't. The coaches, only 100 of them, we can give them attributes. The rest, we can't give them any attributes. So what are we going to do? I think we have to create a new, because we're only going to use one value, right? So why don't we just give them a range then? Okay, cool. Sounds like a plan. Okay, that's my theory. Okay. I know it sounds like a stupid theory, but it's the only one I have, okay? And it's funny. I was thinking about it. It can happen. Because I have managed to crash the game once before. Because I had too many tactics. Oh, it's fun. So how we got Guardiola done today? I'm happy. 2-4-4, build out, pattern, and the 3-2-5. Don't ask me to make a 3-2-5 with a 5-4-1, 4-4-2, and 4. You can just use the same. Hey, yeah, you could, right? I could cheat, no? I could go back to my 2-3-5 with a Guardiola 5-4-1, low block, 4-4-2, low block, 4-2-4, low block with a 4-3-3. Yeah, it's possible. It is very possible for you to make one formation into a mid and a high in this game. Because what do you think I'm doing when I'm playing Football Manager all the time? When I'm playing the game, in my head, when I'm playing the game, I'm thinking of how I'm getting my players to defend in the middle now. So sometimes I make role changes so that I can defend the ball a bit more effectively, which was something I was doing in Football Manager 24. A lot harder, those days. Now, it's a lot easier because I just have to think, okay, where's this role going? Boom, it's going there. Okay, done. This is a mid-block version of the tactic. Okay, I want to do high block, so I go for the roles that are compatible with, I would say compatible for a high pressing system, like wingers are compatible for a high pressing system, right? But when you want to go into like you want to go into a low, you want to go into a high block setup, then you need to change those wingers to tracking wingers so that they support your fullbacks. Even more so if you're playing like inside wingbacks, because inside wingbacks have left their position, so they need to go back. So you need a role that can actually help them get back. So you need somebody to put pressure on the opposition player so that they can get back in time. So yeah. So there's a lot of stuff that runs through my head when I'm making these tactics, and I hope this helped you guys, man. And the guide, yeah, I'm trying to. Why do you think it's taking me so long to write the guide? Because I was not very comfortable at the start, right? I know I told you guys I was going to get the guide out, right? And I was like thinking to myself, man, but there's so much more to this game. Then now I have something to add to it. And yeah, so I thought I'd do a stream, show you what I'm doing as well. But I'll get the guide out, definitely. And my target is like, optimistically, right, in the next 3 weeks. Yeah, optimistically, I get because training side is really easy this year. No simulations necessary. There's no youth team. Okay, so we can forget about it. Easy word, right? So all I have to do is give you personalities. Now you just go and choose your players that you want to keep in the club and those you want to kick out. No, that's simple. Okay, so what we have left? Recruitment. Who needs a guide for recruitment? It's brain dead easy. I mean, if I have to do recruitment stuff for you please, guys, you should be able to do it yourself. Recruitment is so easy. You just go ask. They give you 10. You can't go wrong now. Want to sell players also not difficult. Put them, see what the supply is like. Oh, they got a lot. Everyone is looking for a fullback. It's time to sell a fullback. That's it. So nobody wants fullbacks. So why you want to try and sell a fullback? Nobody wants a fullback. So it's that easy now, recruitment focus. Supply and demand, boom, solve your problems. So what else is so difficult about the game now? Tactics maybe. But tactics can be more fun now because of the in possession or possession roles. Because there's so many permutations that you can come up with. You can create some really intricate attacking patterns, and then you can go into a China wall to defend. And the challenge for most people is going to be which roles will they pick. And by doing these kind of streams, which I enjoy a lot, I can have fun doing it. And I was thinking, since I'm going to be making tactics, why don't I stream it, right? So now that's one of the reasons why I'm not streaming now on Thursdays and Fridays, so I can sleep. All right. Yeah, I need to sleep. I only get 4 hours of sleep a day. Okay. At my age, most of my friends are sleeping 10 hours and they're looking at me like, why do you look so tired? Oh, man, don't ask. You're playing computer games, is it? Yeah. They don't seem to understand my life. I told them, this is the best time for us to play computer games. My mom used to kill me when I was 18 playing Mario Kart and Mario. She used to make noise at the dolphin game I used to play. My mom used to throw the PlayStation out of the house. Now, no one can throw my computer out of the house. It's too heavy. You cannot tell me you can't do recruitment. Recruitment is brain dead easy, lah, Kimpi. Yeah. It is easy. Don't tell me you cannot do recruitment. Yeah, recruitment is easy. The only downside with recruitment at the moment, right? The only downside is you can't do a data-driven recruitment save. You can't. Very difficult to do because you're not really sure about whether the stuff is accurate now, because that's the only reason why I don't want to do a recruit. But I done a data hub guide, a data guide, not data hub. I did a data hub, assuming the data hub will give me the information. Didn't in the end, because we don't have accurate information. So I've given you a guide on how you can choose players is within the guide, right? So what's the data that you look for identifying a good striker, for example. The problem right now is that we can't get the data inside the scouting site, right? Because they don't have that kind of data there. So what you can use that to analyze your own team, which sounds like a bummer, lah. Because SI still give us stats for scouting, and I know that a lot of people I'm sure people like all the attributeless players, right, they're not going to be too happy with that, because then they only have coach reports and no detailed scouting reports, right, that they can go to. So there's going to be, but that we are all like the 0.5, not even the 1% or 5% of players, hardcore players. Within the hardcore community, right, there's probably only 0.5% of them that are actually playing attributeless. Very small, they're even smaller than the hardcore community. They are probably the uber hardcore players. Right? Even I don't want to play like that, because it's like limiting yourself from having fun with the rest of the game, and I can't do that. Like, like you can't even look at the progression bar. No, you have to black it out. Yeah, you can't even see the attributes. Like, oh my God, his determination is going. You can't. You're not allowed to. So I can't do attributeless save, because the joy is seeing a star. Like, who doesn't want to see 9 out of 10, right? I mean, I did when I was in school. You think I was going to be happy and my teacher saying you passed? I'm like, okay, how well did I pass? Oh, you're the top 5%. Okay, I'm in the top 5%. I need to know what my score for physics was. Did I get a 90 or did I get 100? No. We don't want to share the scoreline with you, because that'll be demeaning to the rest. That's how it feels like when I'm playing attributeless, because I'm full of myself. Yeah, what? That's what it feels like when you're playing a save and you can see the attributeless, because you're full of yourself. You want to go like, wow, the guy is so beautiful, man. He's done so well. Man. That's like 10 attributes that have gone up by +5. I feel so good. Yeah, attributeless. He's done well. By how much? We don't need to know that. We live in a modern world. We don't need to make them feel bad. We don't want to make the others feel bad. Understand? Okay, that's the attributeless. Okay, that's how I feel. Okay. To me, that's it. No, okay, that's like the whole thing about attribute. To me, that's how I feel when I play attributeless. Because I remember when somebody said to me, "Why did you play attributeless?" I said, "Okay, if I play attributeless, we cannot see stars." No, we need stars. What's the point? Stars tell you the CA and the PA. If you want to play attributeless, I don't think you should see their personality, CA and PA. That's pure. Means we go into the game, you cannot see personality. You have to have like, no, I don't want to know whether he's balanced, he's this. I don't want to know. We can see his media handling style. That's all. That's how I wanted to play it. Because I think that if you want to go do the full Monty, that means don't do it halfway. Because I've never really liked playing attributeless with stars. Because we have damn people say, no, their stars are not accurate. Actually, bullshit, the stars are damn accurate. They're off by maybe about a 5 to 10% only, depending on the quality of the coaches. And now they're even more accurate. Now. Like, you see a 3-star player, okay? It just means that he's like what, 140 CA. That's it. Don't you know? It's like you will know his CA. Then after that, when if you know his CA, okay, it's true to say. People tell me, but you see his CA, don't know his attributes, right? I do know his attributes. Because if I look at his media handling style, I will know that he has got high professionalism, ambition, or determination. That's in my head already. It's already etched in my brain. Okay? I read evasive. Oh, he's good. Yeah. I read confrontational. Oh, this guy got high ambition, high pressure. This is good guy. On the pitch is fantastic. Okay, maybe one area is like a 12 or a 13. See, it's already in my brain. You want me to forget it, is it? Then if I see his there's so many things that tell you his range. Okay, what about this? 2 players, 120 CA, 120 CA, right? Okay, 3 stars. Both of them got 3 stars. Okay. Which is the player that's better? The one who's got 5 positions or the guy who's 1 position? Who knows 1 position or the guy who knows 5 positions? The guy who knows 1 position, I guarantee you his attributes are high. His attributes are higher in most places. Because knowing more positions eats into your CA. So they could be the same CA, right? But this guy could have higher attributes. So why would I want to sign up? So I never sign players who like, oh, the moment I go in, oh my God, he knows so many positions. The moment I see so many positions, I run for the hill straight away. Because this guy is like a master of none. No, he just knows a bit of everything. So that's why in the game, right, understanding your CA is understanding. We've got a lot of people. I've got this mistaken notion that I've seen guys who like sometimes they talk about, oh, I want the title with the game is broken because I want the title. The team won the Champions League with 120 CA. I'm like, so what? 120 CA is still good. Okay, if the attributes is in all the key attributes, right? Like assume he's got acceleration 14, jumpy reach 17, positioning of the positioning, very good positioning, anticipation, concentration, tackling, marking, first touch. That's it. Enough. He can be a very, very good defender. So what's wrong with that? Yeah, so you got to be very careful in this game. This game is not difficult, but when you want to talk about, for me, that's why I like seeing attributes nowadays. I'm like, it's fun, enjoy. Anyway, this is a game. This year it's an arcade game. All you got to do is find a coin, put it in the slot. Every time you lose, punch continue. That's how it feels like. I feel like I'm in one of those arcades where I bring a lot of coins and sit down there and play Pac-Man. It's an arcade game now. This version is arcade game. No. It's not it's got nothing to do with flexibility. See, Suan Curry, this is the reason why most people get a mistake. There's a myth, no? That's a pure myth. In terms of raw performances, you'll get more out of a player who knows less positions than a player who knows more positions. Yes, I agree. It gives you flexibility in terms of tactics. But if I wanted to go, like for example, in every save I've done since FM17, my 100-goal striker only knows one position. Only knows one position. Doesn't know 3 positions, 1 position. He's a pure striker. The moment he learns, like he gets loaded with traits, or he gets loaded with positions, or he gets 2 great feet, well, that's when all the problems start happening. Yeah. Don't worry. I mean, this is not just verified by me, but a lot of guys I know who know more about CA and PA than me. Yeah. And these guys I trust even more, because these guys they got the track. They know what they're doing. I was been all the 120. A player who has 120 CA can sometimes be better than a player who's 140 CA. Why? The difference between a player who's 120 CA and a player that's 100 is two players can have identical attributes, right? Totally identical. You can put them both carbon copy. You try that in your editor tomorrow. You give a player exactly the same amount of attributes, right? Then you go give one player a lot of positions to learn, and you give him, you work on both his feet. Now you see the CA cost on both players. Because the CA cost is higher for a player to know more positions. So, 2 players can have the same attributes, right? But a player who knows more positions and has worked on both his feet, right? His CA is much higher because of the positions he knows and his ability with both feet. So while his ability, I agree, is good, right? Because he knows more positions, the 120 guy can still perform. If you only need him to play as a winger, much better. Yeah, so that's the reason why. That is the reason why sometimes, right, if you go into the save and all you're doing is focusing, I need to sign a high CA player, right? So sometimes people they go like they want to sign high CA players all the time. What's the point? Like, especially with me, lower league saves, right? I don't care about CA. I look at the player, he's got the right attributes and the right positions. Boom, play the game for me. That player is going to perform well. Yeah, I still remember. Do you guys remember the defender from, I was say FM18 or FM19? I cannot remember. Was that the Norwegian defender who was very, very tall? The only reason why I signed him was because his anticipation was good, his concentration was good, his jumping reach was good, and his positioning was good. Everything else was shit. Everything else was terrible. He was a kid, no. He ended up being a national defender. And then I was thinking this is such a joke. Then I actually shared that picture with a researcher from Sports Interactive, who is a very senior researcher. Then he told me, I shouldn't be surprised. I said, why? That's when I learned more about CA and PA. He said, these guys' attributes are perfectly distributed. So even though his CA is low, his performances will be good because as a central defender, he's a good central defender at his age. So that's why it's more important to understand how attributes are distributed instead of being obsessed with high CA. Yeah, that's the way I look at the game now. For me, that's why this year my long-term save might be a bit more different because I'm going to keep a lot of bad personalities. I'm going to try something this year, which I have not done in a long time. And it makes sense because this year, we can't really do youth training, right? So I want to take advantage of that. So I'm trying to get these tactics at least, I want to get like another 10 more knocked out so they can go into the guide. Then we'll have like about 20 tactics are in the guide. I think there's about I'm sitting close to quite a few tactics in the guide already. But the reason why I want a variety, like I don't want to see like every tactic is like a 4-2-3-1 or every tactic has got like a similar kind of defending style. Gotta do different stuff. My best striker I had was a 32-year-old one. Yeah, there can be some very good players. I had my best striker. My best striker was a player that could only play one position. Then I went and made a mistake. I became greedy, which is what I always become. I decided I wanted to play multiple positions, so I trained him as an AMC. Big mistake. Big mistake. He went from scoring 45 to 50 goals, right, one season, right? The moment I trained him in multiple positions, numbers dropped. No, he never was the same player again. I should have just kept him up there, striker. Don't worry about anything else. Give him the job. Build a tactic. Sometimes in this game, it is better to build a tactic around players than it is to retrain players for a tactical system. So don't go around. I would never advise you to train them in a new position. I mean, especially, okay, I'll give you another example. You know those like wingers to wingbacks, right? That's also another one I get worried about because I'm thinking to myself, right, this year, right, I'm going to play it very differently. I know, like, it's fun to train a winger as a wingback, then you get high acceleration, right? Because you got more high acceleration wingers than you do wingbacks, and you want to retrain them. But you got to be very careful of picking the right player because if he already is near his cap, then you might not get him to become that good of a wingback. Yeah, because then there's no room for him to grow. Well, anyway, guys, thanks for coming on the stream today. It was fun streaming. We had a lot of fun doing this tactics. We got Guardiola out of the way. Yay. Next, I'm going to focus on the rest of them. And then we'll continue with probably, I think, tomorrow. Take a bit of a break from tactic creation madness. And go and we got to return to our two managers, Kaiserslautern and thank God for Friday, the other team. Okay, guys, thank you for coming in today. Hope you have a good rest tonight. Please stay safe, take care of yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.